Hey y'all, it's me. Happy Thursday. Welcome to The Dope. I'm your host, Maui, here today to talk about our favorite Disney songs. This is our final part in our Disney song bracket. I'm super excited. This is going to be the toughest one. This is our showstoppers, bangers, and bops category. So this is going to be pretty insane. Really excited to go over it, and I'm really happy that my co-host is back. She's been moving for the last few weeks. So let's bring her in first. Steph, how you doing?
Hello, and Deacon's here too, of course.
And Deacon, I've missed your butthole on camera, so I'm sure we'll get that at least a few times. Yeah. Demonetizing and stuff by flashing the butthole, the chocolate starfish.
Deacon, you're costing us money, man.
No, it's all good. It's all good. How was the move? How was the move? All right, that says it all.
It's done. That's what's most important.
Well, we're really happy to have you here as we get a little violent with our Disney advocacy, as we all kind of advocate for our favorite Disney songs. It's a lot of fun.
I'm a peacemaker, so.
You got to get ready to get stabby. That's all I got to say.
Okay.
Let's bring on our panel. All right. So, let's first bring in Virginia. Virginia, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You ready to get violent?
I am. I brought my tea, and I'm here to sip tea and sow the seeds of discontent in everyone's souls.
I love it.
That seems to be my role, and I'm going to embrace it.
I love it. Next up, we got Eric. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Are you ready? Are you ready for tonight? It's gonna get wild.
I hope I'm ready. Yeah, I mean, I got my Oswald the Lucky Rabbit shirt.
I love it.
Repping the Disney.
He was. I'll share an anecdote about Oswald a little bit later, about the odd history of Oswald. And finally, we are bringing up Kat. How you doing, Kat?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good. I'm excited. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for this? You're my nemesis in this. I feel like we go head to head more than anyone else. I feel like
there will be blood.
I'm excited. And since we have an odd number, there will be no ties.
That is true.
Which will be fun. That'll be fun. Unless Deacon votes, then we'll have a tie. See, Luis Castillo's in the chat said the perfect cure for killing loneliness. We love that we can be here for you. Can't wait to hear your thoughts and opinions and everything, Luis. And Mike says, been waiting weeks for this. Let the blood be spilled.
Let's go.
Indeed, let's go. I'm gonna get it set up. While I get the bracket set up, let's go over what our criteria will be for today. Catherine, if you could write that down, that would be fantastic, because I don't have paper in front of me. Hopefully you do.
I do.
So obviously this is showstoppers, bangers, and bops. So I feel like bopability needs to be
primary.
In there, yeah.
Yes, primary.
Right.
Although I thought on my way to my show this evening of a secondary category it's a bit of a subtle difference. We have bopability, which is how catchy the song is, but just below that, I would suggest hypeability, which, because these are showstoppers, bangers, and bops, how hype does this song get you? How energetic does it get you?
I like it.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else got any criteria that they want to add into that? I think we should stick to some of the mainstays. Like popularity. Cultural impact. I think those should still be in there as well. Mm-hmm. I think that's definitely in the conversation. Anybody else have any other criteria that they want to make sure is represented in our judging of these songs?
I don't know if this is something that you guys have included in your previous discussions, but for me, a big factor was how memorable the songs are. Do I know the words to them without having tried,
That's definitely come up, but I feel like we never formally put it in the criteria list. So that's a good one.
I don't think it's ever category.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever been a deciding factor, but we've definitely discussed it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I was listening to these songs earlier today, and I was singing along with pretty much all of them. So
this is the hardest category by far. By far, this is the hardest category.
Right. Bopability, hypeability, popularity, culture impact, memorability. Shout out to my sorority, Alpha Chi Omega.
I love it. All right, so here's our list here, and this is why this is going to be so hard. Our list right now, this I don't think this is in any real particular order, but we have I Want to Be Like You, Let It Go, You're Welcome, Son of Man, I'll Make a Man Out of You, Zero to Hero, Colors of the Wind, Circle of Life, Hakuna Matata, Friend Like Me, Why Should I Worry, Be Our Guest, Belle, Under the Sea, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and I to I is our top 16. I love like every single one of these songs, so I know this is going to be really tough for me. If you are watching, if you're in the chat, I would love for you to put in like the ones that you love. I'd love to see what you would be advocating for the top slots. Even look at this and put in what your 16 is. I would love to see what your top 16 would be. So feel free to put that in the chat and respond to us as we go through these Disney bangers here. All right, so we usually start from the bottom and work our way up. So we're going to start the 16th seed, and I feel like I've never gone first. I feel like I'm always like throwing y'all under the bus. So I thought I would go first today.
Go for it. You know what? You could be the first sacrifice after you.
I'll be the first sacrifice. And I'm going to throw out for the 16th slot, and this might be shocking considering who I am. But I think I'm going to say You're Welcome. I think I'm saying You're Welcome at the 16th slot. I love the song, but it's not a showstopper in the way that a lot of these are for me. It's really fun to rap, but like I don't really consider it as much of a showstopper as I just got a shock emoji when I said that. Mike just gave us a wow. So, I'm saying You're Welcome, and I will pass it down to Stephanie. Stephanie, what do you think would you put at the 16th seed?
When do we start fighting?
After we all say what our selections are, then the blood will start to be spilled.
Okay.
Luis Castillo says, The Rock says, know your role and shut your mouth.
Good advice.
Sorry, The Rock.
This is my first week, so you have to give me a play-by-play of what we do. So we all go through our list first.
Just give us what you have. What is your choice for the 16th seed, the lowest one? Just your 16th seed choice.
Okay.
If you need a minute, we can come back to you. That's totally fine.
Come back to me, since this is my first time.
Absolutely. Let's go down to Virginia. Virginia, what's your 16th seed choice?
All right, I'm starting the bloodbath early. I'm going with Colors of the Wind.
Whoa. Okay, let's go. Colors of the Wind. Okay, you got a quick couple sentences on why that is?
When I reviewed all of these songs with the expert musicologist in my house, my 5-year-old, he did not dance or sing along to that one, and he gave me a face and then asked me to change it because it was boring.
Luis, my native heart. No,
sorry, dude.
All right, Eric, what's your 16th seed choice?
So I am also choosing Violence, most likely, although I think there are no peaceful choices in this one.
No.
I'm gonna say Hakuna Matata.
That's blasphemous.
What the HD double hockey stick?
Oh my god! All right, dude.
But I just feel like everything else on this list is better.
Okay.
Maui, give him a solo. Make him explain himself.
Okay.
Oh, all right. I'll give him a solo.
All right. It was never one of my top favorites. It's catchy. It's cute. It does not have the huge impact that a lot of these other ones do, because it's really more of a like humorous exchange between Timon and Pumbaa, and it doesn't have like the huge impact. I don't know what I'm saying. There's no good choices on the board. You made me all self-conscious by putting me in the solo slot.
Oh no! I just love that. Like I tried to catch like Kat had a look of shock on her. She's like,
Yeah.
and I tried to capture it, but then it went to a frowny face. It was hilarious.
Sorry.
No, you're.
I
quite
can't
right.
control what goes on right here.
Louis said he's out of line, but he's right. I love it. I
just
love
feel
it.
like the other songs that are bigger bops.
Hey, that's totally valid. Your choices are yours, sir. And we're gonna go to Steph. Steph, what is your choice?
Okay. I put these by category, not by rank, so I'm doing some stuff. But
Sure.
I'm putting Son of a Man at the bottom.
Son of Man, it's
Wow.
16. Okay.
Just because of all the songs in Tarzan, that one doesn't stick out to me.
Okay. So, Kat, did you write those choices down?
Oh, no, but I know them in my head.
Okay.
I will write them
Cool.
down in a moment.
Let's do it. Let's start the first
Wait,
round
I didn't
here.
get to.
Wait, she didn't vote.
Oh,
I didn't
we
get
didn't
to
get Kat.
go.
I'm gonna give you a single, Kat. Go.
I guess.
Do
Hey,
it.
that's fine. It's actually really funny that you guys should say these choices because my first thoughts were both not both, either You're Welcome or Colors of the Wind. And I think I finally land Sorry Luis at Colors of the Wind because if we're going by yonder categories, bopability, hypeability, popularity, culture, impact, and memorability, it scores quite low on the top two parameters, bopability and hypeability. It's not that boppy, and it's not that high energy, and it doesn't get me hype. It's very pretty, and I would say it's high on the bottom three. But if we're going by this kind of ranking, I would say Colors of the Wind would be at the bottom.
Okay. All right. I'm opening the floor. So who wants to take the swing?
I would like to push back on Eric for just a hot second
Uh-oh.
because
Okay.
you specifically said, sir, that the cultural impact of Hakuna
Oh, I
Matata
didn't-
was low.
That is not what I said.
That is exactly what you
I
said.
did not say the cultural impact. I meant like the impact within the movie is not
Okay.
as strong to me.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, because if you're talking culture impact, it
No,
literally introduced the phrase Hakuna Matata into
Right.
the
Oh, no, for sure.
mainstream
Yeah.
lexicon.
I'm
Like,
saying, like, well, I'm
maybe, I mean, if you misspoke, then I'm sorry for pouncing.
I don't have
If,
that.
No.
if you
Eric,
misspoke,
it's okay.
I apologize for
Advocate for
pouncing
it.
on you.
What?
I said, if you misspoke, I apologize for pouncing on you.
No, I didn't misspeak. I didn't mean the cultural impact. I meant like within the film,
Sure.
it doesn't have as strong an impact. Like it definitely influences Simba's philosophy in terms of his approach to how the movement of the plot and how he does not want to reclaim the kingship and whatnot. So it does have that impact. I just kind of felt like in terms of the bopability and the musical impact, there are a lot of stronger songs in that movie besides Hakuna Matata, at least to me.
Well, it's the Lion King. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got a lot of
I just
contenders
know
there.
that, like, there's been a lot of times when there's been like Disney karaoke nights and people want to sing Hakuna Matata with me, and I'm like, I guess that's not my favorite. All right, sure.
Sure.
So that's interesting. So I will say, out of these, I feel like Hakuna Matata is probably the most popular.
Yeah.
And I do think it has a high hypeability factor. If you're in any given situation and you just start singing Hakuna Matata, everyone around you will join in, right? So I think it has a lot going for it. I'm curious, just because we have quite a few options here. If we were to vote right now, would anybody, besides Eric, obviously who put this in, would anybody vote for Hakuna Matata? Okay, so I'm going to say that's probably off the table right now. So we're going to enter like Colors of the Wind, You're Welcome, and Son of Man.
I'm gonna go off to write that hit solo, Alone in My Principles.
I love it.
I love it. Okay, so we have now Colors of the Wind, You're Welcome, and Son of Man. Anybody want to argue for or against any of those?
You can't do You're Welcome. That's like the definition of a bop.
Well, boppable.
Yeah.
I know it's shocking. It's shocking.
I would say though, it's of the ones that are left. You're Welcome, Colors of the Wind, and Son of Man. It's the one that I can sing along to the least. I'm like, what can I say except you're welcome? Like, I don't know like any of the other words.
I'm sorry. Do
Favorite
we not
song from
consider
that
that
movie.
singing along?
What's
That's
that?
not considered singing along? If I just get the vowels, that's not good enough?
I think that's advanced.
I've got to look at that criteria again. Oh,
I can, but only because I wanted to mess with children's minds. Because when they meet me, they say like your name's Maui, and then if I can like just bust into the rap,
Yeah.
like it breaks children's brains, and so I did that like over a little bit right after that song came out. But like that being said, like I don't know, like for me, like so many more of these are just kind of like iconic songs. I was trying to figure out what I would rank it above out of these, which are like the creme de la creme. Like most of these would win like any category in any given day. These are like all like the super showstoppery things for each of their movies. And I feel like in this one, even within its own movie, I feel like How Far Will I Go is the bigger showstopper.
Correct.
Well, and the only reason that's not here is because it was in a different division. It was in I Want.
Right.
So that's my argument for You're Welcome.
I would say I also can sing along with it, but my brain retains a ridiculous amount of song lyrics just in general.
Same.
So I don't know how good of a metric it is for other people in terms of memorability.
Fair.
It's about
So with that being said, is there anybody that would, besides myself, obviously, who would vote for You're Welcome in the 16th slot? Okay, so that's off the table. I'm going to write my hit duet, also alone in my principles, and it's going to be a duet with Eric. So, okay, so now we're down to Colors of the Wind v. Son of Man. I mean, between these two, for me, it's Colors of. I mean, I would just say Colors of the Wind would probably be my vote in this one. Son of Man is like. That is a banger song right there.
Huge banger.
That was entered into the conversation.
I know.
if
That sounds amazing.
Wind isn't banger or bop,
Yeah, so
it's more. It could be a showstopper, but
right. This is
It's a
wide
showstopper.
category.
It's a broad category for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Colors of the Wind has like a huge impact in terms of the plot of the movie, and it is very much a showstopper. I remember like when they were doing the trailers for Pocahontas, they were just literally just running that song at one point,
Yeah.
like nothing else. I was like, holy cow, that's a song that got my attention. So like, it's a fantastic song, but in terms of the criteria we were setting, you know, the bopability and all the other things on our list, like I guess by that it would be lower down the list of these songs.
Mike says melodically, "You're Welcome" is a much better song than "Son of Man." Just saying. Interesting.
I agree.
I would not agree.
Okay, I feel like we're ready to vote.
Let's do it.
So the choices between Colors of the Wind or Son of Man. Okay, Son of Man. Raise your hand if you're voting for Son of Man to be in the 16th slot. Got one.
I don't know, because you guys have kind of convinced me otherwise too. So
Valiant.
It's
A
like
valiant
it's a
attempt was
weak
made.
one. It's fair. That's fair. And so Colors of the Wind. All right, Colors of the Wind takes the 16th
Alrighty.
slot.
I feel bad because it's such a good song.
They're all good songs.
They're all good
Well
songs.
deserved
Like,
Oscar win for that one, but it's not as like catchy and boppy as the other
Right.
ones. So like I feel like if we had a different category to put it in, it would have done better.
Right.
yeah. I believe there was conversation for it to go into another category at one point, but it just didn't quite fit. I think we were talking about it possibly being an I Want, but like it just didn't fit in that
Yeah.
category.
I thought it was supposed to be like a love song, but maybe it's kind of a hybrid.
Not really, yeah.
Okay, so color. Let me move that down here. All right. That's that. Okay. So we're on to our 15th seed. Steph, why don't you start this one off? What is your choice for 15?
I'm incredibly biased with these. I have I Want to Be Like You as my 15th, and that is pretty much solely because I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Never seen the Jungle Book?
If I have, it's been a hot second.
Eric was shook at that. He was
Yeah.
I know, and I'm pretty sure it came out like since I was born, so I don't know.
I feel like Eric is generally an advocate for the older Disney movies.
I am. Yeah, I grew up. with
appreciate
old
that.
classics.
I respect that.
I do
Eric.
respect that.
Okay, so we got that. Louis said, I haven't even heard of half of these songs.
Okay,
Sir.
I mean,
Sir.
my top 5 are like songs that, or my bottom 5 are like songs I don't even really know.
Yeah. All right, Virginia, what do you got for us?
I don't know. I will say though, I also have not seen the Jungle Book.
What?
But I also haven't seen a Goofy movie, and yet I knew this song. So,
Okay.
oh,
Yeah.
Now Maui's shook.
that was like an entire eclipse. There was so much shade just thrown at me. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm stealing that turn of phrase.
Woo!
A total
Man.
eclipse of the shade?
Total eclipse of the shade. I can be swayed, but I think I'm gonna go with "Make a Man Out of You."
Oh
It's gonna be so much gas.
no.
All right, make a man out of you.
What is with people choosing like my number one very early?
Right? Like,
That is not the first time that has happened.
you guys are picking like all my like
Yeah, geez,
go-to karaoke songs here.
you're breaking my heart.
Ooh, that was rough. All right, Eric, what you got?
Stop doing that. Makes me All right, so I actually, this may be controversial, but I was actually leaning towards Belle because it's an amazing song. I'm not sure I would really call it a showstopper because, you know, the show is just starting at that point. And it's not as boppy and catchy as some of the other ones. It's really more of a setting the scene and letting Howard Ashman and Alan Menken just kind of flex and be like, look at this amazing, like, multi-layered set piece that we can create and have go on for like 5 minutes at the beginning of this film or however long it is.
All right, Catherine.
So during number 16, I said I was kind of between You're Welcome and Colors of the Wind, and now that Colors of the Wind is out, I feel like I have to advocate for You're Welcome for all the reasons previously mentioned.
What is happening with my views here? It keeps changing. That's weird. Okay. You said which one?
You're welcome. Since again, I was kind of between the
Okay.
two last time.
All right. All righty. And finally, me. I am gonna go. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stick with You're Welcome on this one. I'm gonna stick with You're Welcome on this one.
You will make a
So-
powerful ally.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Wait, did someone really just say Belle? Did I just like
I did.
black
Yeah.
out?
Yeah,
Yes.
Eric did.
Whoa.
I know.
Wow.
I know.
Okay. Let's open up the floor to the conversation. Right off the bat, I mean, I'm gonna say Belle is like the strongest opening song of like any Disney.
In like musical theater, even
Like, it is insanely good.
It
I know,
sets the
but does
tone
it
for the
fit?
rest of the movie beautifully.
But does it
Yeah.
fit this category? That was what I was questioning.
It's very
I-
popular. It's very boppable, very hummable.
And
Memorable.
it like I don't know. I thought it was such a huge flex for them to start the show with
Yeah.
a showstopper.
Totally.
Like-
I agree that. But
Yeah, so I think it's definitely a showstopper. I think it's definitely a bop, and I think it's definitely a banger. Personally, I think it hits all of them. I think it's also an extremely popular song. Todrick Hall's cover of it is amazing.
Although I will say though, there are 2 Beauty and the Beast numbers on this list, and I would put Belle on the lower of the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's so who else got something to say about these? That's my advocacy for Belle. Anybody else want to argue for or against any of these? I Want to Be Like You, I'll Make a Man Out of You, Belle, or You're Welcome.
Well, I'm gonna argue very. Go ahead.
I can be swayed. I'm not married to anything at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I think I start getting more invested after we get up a little ways, but yeah, there's just no good choices to put down.
Yeah, there's not.
Okay, and Catherine, you were gonna advocate for something?
If Virginia is not married to her choice of "I'll Make a Man Out of You," I will back off.
Because I'm with you, Catherine. I don't think I'll Make a Man Out of You should be this low in the list.
Absolutely
That
not.
is absolutely a bop. And I cannot hear the phrase "Let's get down to business."
I was just gonna say, you know, your song has culture impact when it has absolutely transformed that phrase in everybody's mind.
Yes.
My brain auto completes like a phone to defeat the Huns.
Yeah, absolutely. I am shocked with Make a Man of You and Belle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm shocked at those 2 choices this early. That is shocking to me.
And quite frankly, I am shocked with You're Welcome. I'm by myself here. But if we're fighting,
go bring it in.
Yeah, do it.
I don't know. It's my favorite song in the film, and I think the build from the bridge to the end of the song is so like powerful when he goes into the rapping and then the kind of like scatting into the end. Yes, like it makes you want to dance, and isn't that what a bop and a banger and a showstopper is supposed to do?
Kid, honestly, I can go on and on. I can explain every natural phenomenon to tie the grass to ground. That was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel. I buried his guts. That's kind of gross. Just saying. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess Maui when he's in the breakaway. It is pretty dope. It is pretty dope.
Oh, that old
It
thing.
is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah.
But
if after that you aren't in a 1-person kick line in your living room, then I don't know how you're living your life.
Okay. Can someone give me a few bars of Belle?
Yeah, sure.
Come on, let's hear it. Let's do it. Bust out some Belle.
Look where she goes, that girl is strange but special, almost peculiar mademoiselle. It's a pity and a sin, she doesn't quite fit in, but she really is a funny girl. You know, I'm not gonna keep going.
I love it.
I was in that show in high school, so you know.
I'll do it.
I love that.
Yeah, I still know the words.
Okay, let me get a little Eric. Let me get a little I Want to Be Like You.
Now I'm the king of the swingers, oh, the jungle VIP. I've reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me. I want to be a man cub and stroll right into town and be just like the other men. I'm tired of monkeying around.
Yes!
I want to be like you. Any
of us had a good answer for that one. None of us had a good answer.
No, not really.
No.
I don't know. I will say, as much as I love I Want to Be Like You, I was listening to it again. I'm like, there's really only 2 verses of this. This is a short song. It's mostly scatting. So I wouldn't argue for it to be super high on the list. There's other things that would beat it out, but I don't think I would put it this low.
Sure.
Okay.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I think are we ready to vote? I feel like I feel like everybody kind of has one of these in their sights. So I'm very curious to see what happens if we vote on this. Let's see if we can get a definitive answer here. Let's just go down the list. Who is voting for I Want to Be Like You?
Oh,
changed my mind.
Nice.
Oh.
Alrighty then.
I've won you over with the gift of
No,
his dulcet tones.
This is a tactical maneuver because she's trying to assure votes to keep to block You're Welcome from being at 15.
Hey, a campaign's a campaign.
I'm in your head, Stephanie. All right. Make a Man Out of You. Votes for Make a Man Out of You.
All right.
Ooh.
You all may
that
live.
means we won't. I don't think we'll have a tie then.
Mm-mm.
Votes. So this is between Belle, which is shocking to me,
Yeah.
and You're Welcome.
Which is shocking to me.
Votes for Belle.
Oh, and I oop.
Votes for You're Welcome.
Yes, Virginia. Yes.
Man.
Yes. Atta girl.
Oh, but also I'm really
feeling
upset
myself.
because that's my song. But
I know.
I
Nominated.
know, right? I'm complicated. All right.
You can
All
change
right.
multitudes.
Yes. Whew, that was
Oh, boy.
that was wild. That was
Mhm.
wild. I feel like we've gotten this down to a science, though, y'all.
True.
You say that.
All
now.
right.
Yeah, we're
I'll
only
say that
at
now.
15.
Yes.
We're 34 minutes in. We're only at 15.
All right. All right. Mike says, "No, Virginia, there is no Santa Claus."
I know for a fact that is untrue, Mike. So it's okay.
Maybe-
I understand
Maybe
your
I just
heart.
lost my Santa Claus status because of that. I don't know. All right. 14th seed. Let's see. So stuff in the last one. Virginia, you are up first. 14th seed choice.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna go with Son of Man. Just because I don't know
Son
it
of-
as well. I don't know it that well.
Son of Man back on the table. All right. Let's see who's next. Rick Lindbergh, who you got?
Oh man. Can you pull the list back up?
Absolutely.
No.
Boom, there you go.
I think I'm still gonna say Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata back on the table. Okay. And if it's one that we've already talked about, I'm not going to ask you to like restate anything, obviously. So, because we already said our piece on why. Let's see. So we got that. Next up is Catherine.
I think here is where I'd put I Want to Be Like You. Because as we just said, it probably won't get much higher. And it's not as popular as some of the other numbers. And it's on the shorter side. So.
Okay. Alrighty. And me. Hi, me. Let me look at this list real quick before I make my choice. Okay. Why should I worry?
Oh,
Oh no.
no.
Oh my God.
Do not disrespect Mr. Billy Joel like that.
I'm trying to catch some faces here. Ooh. Ooh.
No.
Oh no. Oh man, people are mad. She's okay.
Who's that?
Honestly, okay, I'll save it.
All right. All right. And Stephanie.
Didn't want you to forgive me like you forgot earlier. I'm going to say Son of Man again since that's at the bottom of my list. And
Alrighty. All right. Son of
you got
Man.
me.
I guess I should explain myself with Why Should I Worry? Since that's the only one that wasn't already nominated previously. It is. Is that Oliver's Twist song?
Please.
I like that. That made me laugh. Okay, so Why Should I Worry? It is probably the lowest on the like cultural impact, like popularity end of the spectrum. It is quite boppable. I'm a huge Billy Joel fan. But in terms of like Disney songs, it also doesn't feel like a Disney song to me in the way that a lot of these do. And it doesn't even have like the cult like following going for it that like a Goofy Movies Eye to Eye has, for example. So like for me, looking at what it's stacked up against, I don't see what I would put it above out of what's left. Still a great song. They're all great, but something's gotta go up there. So that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm sticking to. All right, so there we go. Our currently on the table: Son of Man, Hakuna Matata, I Want to Be Like You, and Why Should I Worry? I feel like I'm gonna have a bunch of people come at me right now. Come at me, bro.
Okay, Why Should I Wear is literally the only thing I remember about Oliver and Company. I was
Yeah,
gonna come out and say it.
like the movie's not that great, but that song is amazing.
That song is incredible.
I actually didn't remember the movie at all until earlier today when I was looking through the songs. And I was
really?
like, oh yeah, this came from a movie, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of
on.
that's the kind of song that's like should like I don't know if it did when it came out, but like could have gotten radio play. Like it's that good and it had like
I'm
that
sure it
much
probably did.
mainstream appeal.
If it's Billy Joel, I think it probably did.
Maybe it did. I mean, again, I don't remember.
That was
pretty
kind
good.
of what they were going for with that movie with the soundtrack. They got a lot of like current at the time like pop stars, and they're like, let's get some like popular music in this.
Yeah,
film.
because like Bette Midler's in it, Huey Lewis is in it. The movie I'm talking about, not the song,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So it is. Then yeah, that deserves the 14th spot. Yes, thank you,
Rude.
Luis. Thank you.
Rude.
Thank you. All right. Well, I want to hear what other people have to say about this. Like Stephanie, like what do you think of Why Should like? Do you even care about this song? Like, who cares about this song? Really? Like, besides like,
why should I
Billy-
care? Is that what you're saying?
Ha ha ha. Was that on purpose?
no, but I'm gonna say it was.
Okay.
Should I care?
You know, now that your welcome is gone, I don't have anything to fight for anymore.
Oh wow.
Oh no, was that gonna be your number one?
It was top 5, but
Ooh.
no, I don't feel any particular way about any of the ones on the table right now. Actually, they're all movies that I haven't seen in a long time.
Okay. Virginia, what about you? Where are you sitting with all this?
Kind of the opposite of Why Would I Worry, where I didn't remember the movie, but I did remember the song. I feel like Son of Man is the other way around. Like, I know the movie, but didn't really remember the song until I heard it. And then I was like, oh yeah, that is also in the movie. So it wasn't a particularly memorable song for me. I will say though, but both of those songs, you know, we talked about this last time, have that like that deliberately non-Disney feel. Like they went and got professional pop stars of the time to sing those songs. I think the difference being that for me, at least, Why Would I Worry or Why Should I Worry has the kind of sing-songy fun to it. It seemed like it fit with the movie. It was the character actually singing, where Son of Man, again, it's kind of it's background music to the movie that's happening and doesn't have that embedded Disney song feel for me.
Ooh, that's interesting.
That's a good point.
That was a very good. Oh man.
I will say
Shook a
though,
little bit right now.
both Why Should I Worry and Son of Man have that broader appeal to it, where like they could have gotten radio play if they didn't. Again, I don't really remember.
Well, Why Should I Worry did get radio play. That's
great.
That's a fairly popular Billy Joel.
Yeah, so they're popular enough to get radio play or should have gotten radio play, and they're done by pop stars again with broader appeal, and they're really really amazing songs, which is why I think that I Want to Be Like You is the one that should go, because again, it's not as well crafted. It's shorter. It's from a slightly less popular Disney movie. Although I guess Oliver and Company kind of
I would say
that.
Oliver and Company.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Jungle Book in terms of
still-
the
but
movie
still,
was more
like-
popular than Oliver and Company, I think.
Yeah, but still, like, even in the context of its own movie, like Jungle Book is not a musical. It has like 2 songs in it, maybe 3.
Got more.
got
Whereas
more than that.
Tarzan, for example, is all about the music. And Oliver and Company, to a lesser extent, is also like all about the music, because again, they got Huey Lewis, they got Bette Midler, they got Billy Joel. Like, these songs are crafted for the context of that film. Whereas I Want to Be Like You is like, man, we kind of threw it in there because we need something to keep the energy going.
Interesting. I will say that right now in my brain, it's between Why Should I Worry and Son of Man. I'm interested to see the vote. Are people feel like they know what they want?
Yeah.
Feel like they're
Yes.
locked in?
Can I just say, in terms
Yes,
of
please.
Son of Man, that's my favorite song in that movie. And as the
Yeah, 'cause-
internet meme says,
Oh.
Phil Collins did not have to go so hard on the Tarzan soundtrack, but he did, and that was for us.
I love that meme.
It's the basic song. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah,
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. Luis said, "Is it bad that I can't tell the difference between any of the Tarzan songs?"
Yes.
I don't think that that's bad because I think that I just think that it has a really strong musical through line. I think Phil Collins wrote it like a concept album, and so I think it's just very strongly like the songs do kind of flow into each other and flow with the score in a pretty interesting way. So I actually would say, in my opinion, no. I am HO. Yeah, what's that look? What's that look for, Catherine? What's it, you got?
I think that you're trying to explain it away, and
No,
I
I'm not.
disagree.
No, I am not.
Okay.
Whatever. I can't with you today. I can't even.
I know. Why?
No.
Hey, I'm bringing the punch. I'm bringing the punch today.
That's
Let's
why I
go.
love you. That's why I love you.
I love you.
All
too.
right, so we are going to vote then. This is going to be interesting. Okay. So once again, on the table, Son of Man, Hakuna Matata, I Want to Be Like You. Why Should I Worry is what's on the table here. Oh man, I am super torn. I think I'll go last. Let's go, Catherine. Let's go with you first. Or sorry, no, I'll do it like I did the other ones. Sorry. Who's voting for Hakuna Matata? Okay.
Wow.
Who's voting for I Want to Be Like You? Okay. I guess I have to choose before I say the next one
Yeah, geez. It's all to
because
you
I'm
now,
torn
dude.
between these two. Who's voting for Why Should I Worry?
Ooh, really? Okay.
Who's voting for Son of Man?
Banned.
Son of Man is at 14.
Wow.
Eric and Catherine, sorry.
What the heck?
Disrespectful.
What is happening here?
Disrespectful.
Oh, I got swayed.
You gotta
Like,
hold- Whatever
I got
happened to you being
listed.
alone in your principles?
I got misted.
That lasted one round, Maui. That lasted literally one round.
I got misted by Virginia. Not my fault.
Told you I'm here to sow the seeds of discontent in everybody's soul. So
It was a really good point. I had to go with that. Mike says, I think if you're not a Phil Collins fan to begin with, then you view the Tarzan songs differently, and that's probably why there's such a difference of opinion. I think that's a really good point, Mike. I feel like it's a very polarizing Disney soundtrack.
Nice.
I love it.
Tarzan's what introduced me to Phil Collins. I wasn't a Phil Collins fan before.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, I was just gonna say there's a very specific style that he's writing in, and that's why
Sure.
a lot of songs do sound similar. I think.
That is fair.
Mhm,
That
I
is
would
fair.
agree with that. So there we go. Son of Man at 14. Okay, we're going straight into 13. Let's see. 3. This means Eric, I believe, starts this round. Yes.
So it breaks my heart because
Okay.
I love the song so much, but you guys have kind of convinced me that I Want to Be Like You probably shouldn't be too much higher.
You think this is about where that lands?
Maybe, yeah, because I mean it's fairly short, only a couple verses and a lot of scatting, and it doesn't have the same cultural impact that a lot of these more recent ones have had. I think.
Okay, that's fair. I think that's fair.
Though, who's the guy? What is it? Robbie Williams or something like that that covers it and does like an amazing like jazz version. It's
I
like,
love his cover of it. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Catherine, what do you got?
I've been saying I want to be like you for. I did it for last round, so I'm gonna do it for this round. That's my pick as well.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with Why Should I Worry?
All
right, and it goes to Steph.
I mean, when I did my categories, I Want to Be Like You and Why Should I Worry are like right next to each other. But I think in terms of like just boppability, Why Should I Worry is a little more boppable. So I'm saying I Want to Be Like You.
Okay, all
Looks
right.
like we already have a majority.
Yeah, we might already like have our answer here. And Virginia.
Yeah, I was gonna go with I Want to Be Like You for this round. So
Okay. So just to make sure that I have that count correct, and real quick before we just do an official vote, Mama Iverson in the chat
Hi, Mom.
says, "I'm coming into this late. Why is Colors of the Wind 16?"
Yeah, it was hard
Ooh.
for us
Because
come to that
decisions had to
decision.
be made, ma'am.
It's not boppable. Sorry,
It wasn't
Mom.
Yeah,
as
sorry.
much of a catchy bop as the other ones. More
Becky,
dramatic song, which was
Becky,
not really the category for this.
decisions had to be made. Okay. Okay. We're out here on the front lines. We're making decisions. Okay. This is life or death. Okay.
Iconic.
We're doing what we have to do.
Iconic.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. I'm out here watching Disney movies every morning while you're out here changing diapers. Okay. I'm doing what I can. Okay.
Wow.
And that's how I lose the court case.
I'm kind of offended on behalf of my mom there.
Yeah.
No, I was doing A Few Good Men. Mama Iverson, laugh emojis. She knew what I was doing. She knew what I was doing. All right, so we're gonna do our official vote on the 13 slot. All those for I Want to Be Like You, raise their hands.
Oh, dang.
Oh. And I am saying, why should I worry? Oh.
Yeah.
I want the
It
truth,
hurts me
Maui.
too.
This is such a hard category. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So
it
hard.
is.
All
This is
right.
really hard, guys.
Why should I worry is out. All right.
You mean I Want to Be Like You?
I want to be like you.
Well, it's out of the voting, he means. I think.
Oh, got it.
We're nearly unanimous.
Right.
Much.
No, I'm sorry. I know she's right. I had it backwards. I'm doing this
Oh,
one.
okay.
I got confused. All right,
It's
here we
okay.
go.
Try
And
to pull one over on us, I see.
I'll never do. All right. Okay, that is locked in. I Want to Be Like You at 13. Okay. Next round. Whew, boy. All right. We went 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're starting with Catherine.
Can I see the list again? Because I am not convinced.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think here is where I would put Belle. I don't know if it'll go that much higher. And I think one of the things that works against Belle is that it's very long. And I understand why it's long. It's introducing the village, it's introducing the characters and their relationships to each other and their personalities. It accomplishes a lot in one song. That's what makes it like one of the best opening numbers maybe in musical theater history. I would love to talk about that sometime. But anyhow, but because it's so long, it doesn't have a lot of those like chorus bits that you leave humming. Like you do the whole do 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 do, but that's really about it. You know, it's kind of like You're Welcome, like I mentioned before. Like all you know is what can I say except you're welcome. Then you go like it's too much to really be fully boppable. But again, it's great and it's a great opening song and I like it a lot and I'm sorry.
Cool. No, I was messing with you.
Thanks.
No, I was messing with you. I am going to I'm gonna keep consistent. Say, why should I worry? I think its time is. I think it's overperforming at this point. I don't see a world in which Why Should I Worry is rated lower than Belle, as you stated, one of the greatest openers in musical theater history.
An opener does not bop
irony
make.
me-
We're not in argument phase yet.
Sorry.
How dare you?
I am out of order, sir.
You're out of order. You're out of order. The whole courtroom's out of order. All right. So that's my vote.
Okay.
Stephanie.
I'm also saying, why should I worry?
Family. Virginia.
Yeah, Why Should I Worry is probably the song that I have the least emotional attachment to that's left on the list.
Okay. And Rico Suave.
I'm also going to say Belle, I think, because I think it's an incredible opening number. I don't know that it's a banger or a bop in the same way that a lot of these other ones are. And also, like, there's that part where everyone's singing at once, so it's not really super memorable or singable at that point, because it turns into gibberish when you try to sing it on your own.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of humming along, you know?
And if I can piggyback of what you just said, there is that like slow bit where Belle gets her solo, and everything just kind of like screeches to a halt. And again, it's very pretty.
It allows her room to like.
That's not. But we're talking about bopability and hypeability, and that does neither, sir.
Still boppable.
Okay, I have a question.
Real quick. I just want to like shout out this comment, Luis, keeping the if you could mend open. You need me on that couch. You want me on that couch. Shout out to Luis. That's good stuff right there. Good improv. As you were saying, Virginia.
I have a question on choosing Belle.
Okay.
Is it because its place in the story means you can't stop a show that hasn't already started? Or is it that it's lacking in those top qualities? Because like the bopability and hypeability. Because I feel like it picks up everything else, but I'm kind of understanding, like, on the level of a technicality, you can't stop a show if it's the opener. So can it be a showstopper?
Correct. And again, it's pulling a lot of weight because it's trying to introduce so much. It's great narratively, but is it really going to get you hype? Probably not.
That was where I nominated it in one of the previous rounds, like, because exactly. You can't stop the show that just started. I don't know.
Yeah. I agree with you. I just didn't think it should be that low. I think this level feels pretty appropriate.
Luis sounds way dirtier than I meant it. Okay, and if this was just showstoppers, but we specifically call this showstoppers, bangers, and bops.
Yeah.
Right. So it is not just. I think it's a banger, and I think it's a bop. I think it is a more boppable song than Why Should I Worry. I think it's a more hypeable song because it gets you hyped to watch the movie, for sure. Can I see the rest of the criteria? Can you show that list?
Sure can. We've got bopability, hypeability, popularity, culture impact, and memorability. Sorry that my handwriting is trash.
It is more popular. It has more cultural impact, and it's more memorable of a song.
Okay, but you don't get much more boppable than Why Should I Worry. I agree with you that Why Should I Worry should not be too much higher because it's not very popular. It does not have that culture impact. But my God, is it boppable? Yeah. It's so boppable.
Okay, so it has one thing going for it against four other categories of Belle.
Thing.
You can't weight the one of the things, no matter how much you're weighting it, against four other things where it's getting blown out of the water, in my opinion.
I would disagree because, I mean, let's face it, Beauty and the Beast has a lot of great music, and so that makes everything a little bit less memorable because it has to stand out against such a large crowd, a great crowd of things. Whereas, like we said previously, Why Should I Worry is the only reason why you remember Oliver and Company. It's like the one thing you know about that movie.
I disagree. I think we've stated our opinions. I'm not going to push mine anymore. I'm going to say let's close the argument. I think we have. I think we're ready to
or
vote.
do more. I know.
Yeah,
I would say Why Should I Worry got me hyped to watch Oliver and Company, and then I was kind of disappointed by the rest of the film.
Ouch! Get her.
I love that song. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be great. I was like, this is all right.
That's interesting because Why Should I Worry is like one of the first songs in that.
It's pretty early on. Yeah,
it's pretty early. Yeah.
Like there's a song over the opening credits, and then there's Why Should I Worry? Basically, I think.
So it's.
So these are both openers, essentially.
They're both
almost.
They're almost.
The scene where he meets Dodger, the dog character.
There's that
and
like.
then there's the song.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. But neither of these are like the second act showstopper of all these.
Yeah.
So I think that actually lessens the impact of what you were saying about Belle versus Why Should I Worry, in my personal opinion.
Why?
Because you're counting against this is that you're saying this is not a showstopper, and why it's more of a show starter. And it sounds like Why Should I Worry is pretty close to being a show starter as well. It's not like a second, like late second act, like we're just gonna like go all or in the first act we're gonna go all let it go all over everybody. I just think you just might have just argued.
No.
But
By then
you've
already been.
what I was saying.
Plus, by then, by Why Should I Worry, you've already met the main character. He comes from kind of a cushy background. Now he's on the streets, and like enough has transpired that it's not really an opening number anymore.
Barely.
The plot has started. The plot has begun.
Barely heard the main character talk. We're gonna vote. All
right, let's vote. Fine.
We're gonna vote. This is a contentious one.
It is.
Boom.
Freaking boom.
That does not change the impact of the 90s animated Beauty and the Beast. That Luis, you're out of order.
Yeah.
out of order.
Out of order.
All right. Ready to vote.
Yeah,
All right. All those in favor of Belle.
Let's go.
Virginia, that was some weak sauce right there. You did not raise your hand, and once you saw we were losing, then you raised your hand. How dare you? Dare you?
It's a better song. It's a better song overall, and
Ridiculous.
sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. The vote. Hey, the vote's already happened. It's all over.
I know.
But I'm gonna remember this. There's going to be a time later on in this voting where you're going to need me, and we'll see if I'm there.
Oh man,
We'll see.
Yes.
blackmail.
Yes, I am.
I didn't even think about that. That's funny.
All right. I can't believe Belle is in the 12th spot. This is a shocker. I feel like this is a huge upset here. But we will respect the rules of the game because we have honor and integrity in this window. All right, here we go. So Belle locked in there. Wait, that's not right. I got to move that. 8 is just sitting there open. There we go. At 12. All right, we are at the 11th spot. Or 5. I think it's back to me. I am going Why Should I Worry? Why? Because at this point, why should I care about this song?
Man, that's a man who's lost all hope. Jeez.
Nailed it. It just fit the lyric.
No,
That's all. All right, Steph, what do you got?
Why should I worry? Yeah.
Why should I
It was
worry?
a good argument. I was very torn between the two. So obviously this one will come next.
Okay. All righty. Virginia.
I'd like to agree, but in the spirit of just not agreeing, I'm
Get it.
gonna go with Hakuna Matata.
Oh, great. All right, Matata. All right. Let's see. We got Rick Lindbergh.
I think you guys convinced me about Why Should I Worry that it shouldn't be too much higher, just because it's not as popular or as culturally impactful as a lot of the other ones have been. And yeah, I guess you're kind of right that it is almost an opening number. Just slightly further into the film.
Kept that a secret, y'all, during the last one. But see, the truth comes out. And Catherine.
So I'm going to put this out there, and I don't think this will be a popular opinion. But I'm just going to put it out there just for your perusal, for your browsing. All right. If we're talking about not stopping stories that have just started, as we have had a strong consensus about Belle in the previous round, should we then?
This is the slippery slope, people. This is the slippery slope.
Do I know where you're going?
You might know where I'm going.
I know exactly where she's going.
Should we then consider the curious case of the Circle of Life?
See what you did, people? You see what you did?
I'm just putting it out there.
You want to answer? This is how you get answers.
You may consider at your leisure.
So that is your choice. The friggin' Circle of Life.
Yes.
That's rough, Cat, because you just said it and now it's playing in my head and probably will be for the next 12 hours.
You're welcome.
And that's why it deserves to be high.
And now that's playing in my head.
Now,
Luis, you're great.
Is agreeing.
I have to, you see, now I have to stick to my principles. If I argued
Yeah.
against Belle for those reasons, Circle
Absolutely.
of Light has to be at least on the table.
Absolutely. 100% agree, Kat. 100%
Love
agree.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's open up the floor for discussion. I'll start. Circle of Life. Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy?
No, I'm
Circle
not.
of Life? You know how amazing that song is? The Lion King. This most hypeable. It must be. I watched that, and then when I was a kid, a child sitting in. I need a single. I was a child.
Get it.
In the movie theater, and like, what's happening here? And then all of a sudden, there's the time we're born on this planet, and then the animals are all walking. Like, what's happening? And then the sun rising high and stuff like that. And then they hold up the baby, and I'm like, what? It's the chosen one. And then all the chorus, and then it's a boom, the Lion King. It was just flopped its penis on the table, just like boom. Look at this. This is the be all and end all of Disney. Behold all my glory. It was insane. I open the floor to anybody else.
Woo!
Done here.
So Maui's got an opinion on that one.
Quite.
Okay.
Anybody else got anything they want to say? I feel like we're ready to vote personally, but it's fine. No, but seriously, okay. We got Why Should I Worry? Hakuna Matata, Circle of Life. Anybody? We've heard the Circle of Life argument and the curious defense on my part. We have Why Should I Worry also on the table. We've talked about Why Should I Worry a lot. We talked about Hakuna Matata a fair bit. Does anybody else have any opinions on this? We have a new one in the mix. Circle of Life is his first time on the table. Are we seeing anything there?
I mean, if we're considering in this round both Hakuna Matata and Circle of Life as they are from the same movie, you kind of have to balance out. Forget Why Should I Worry? Forget it's not in this category. If you're just doing these two songs, which one would you imagine higher on this list? Personally, I would have Hakuna Matata higher on this list.
I would disagree with that.
Okay.
Is that everybody between those? Because I think that's a good point, Catherine.
Circle of Life is a better song, I think.
It's hard to measure the popularity between the two, though, because,
Right.
yeah, everybody knows Circle of Life, but as we mentioned before, like, Hakuna Matata literally introduced a completely new phrase into the American vernacular. So
Yes.
when we're talking about popularity, how are we going to measure that?
Right. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say Circle of Life may have gotten more like radio play, again, popularity when we're talking about that. But then when you think about the movie The Lion King, like you guys said, if somebody just goes Hakuna Matata in any room, like everybody else is gonna follow up singing the rest of it. So
Yeah.
I think the way we made the argument about Phil Collins having sort of like this running thread between the songs in Tarzan, Lion King has this sort of cohesive book feel of songs having their own memorable reasoning. They're very different songs, but they're both popular for different reasons. They're both memorable for different reasons. So I think putting them in showstoppers, bangers, and bops, like you have to go through and like make your definition of what is a showstopper, what is a banger, what is a bop, and where do these two songs fall? Because they're going to hit high on all of them, just for all very different reasons.
Right. And I think that Hakuna Matata probably hits more in the bop, whereas Circle of Life is like a showstopper.
Yeah, and if we're counting bopability as a very high factor in this competition, then I would have to go for Hakuna Matata being higher because, I mean, it's one of the catchiest songs ever. Like, good Lord. Whereas Circle of Life, while an amazing song, is very sweeping. I feel like a lot of these ballads kind of are at a bit of a disadvantage, a la, Colors of the Wind being at the very bottom, because they're not as boppable.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we're talking boppability, then I'd have to go Hakuna Matata over Circle of Life.
So Louisa said, just tried it in the bar. They told me to shut up. Hakuna Matata, shut the fuck up. That'd be amazing. But here's the ultimate problem with this entire exercise, though. It's a fun exercise, Catherine. I quite enjoyed it. But the problem with this exercise is that both of these songs are better than Why Should I Worry? Like, both of these songs, like, across the criteria we have created, I think they both deserve to rank higher than Why Should I Worry? IMO.
Sure, but it's still an exercise that is valuable because it may come up in future rounds.
Yeah.
Even if Why Should I Worry goes in this round.
Yes, I think we're ready to vote. So we'll go. All of those in favor of Circle of Life. All right.
I will stand on the front lines of this battle.
All
Thank
those
you.
in favor of Hakuna Matata. All those in favor of Why Should I Worry?
All right.
Eric, your hand was so far away from you that it
Yeah,
looked like
it's like-
someone
it's
else's
It
hand.
looks like somebody else's hand.
It hurts me to do this because I
Phantom
love
hand.
this song.
I thought Miss Minute
No,
snuck
you guys
in and she was
can
gonna be like, "Hey y'all," I was like, "No." Spoilers. Okay. All right. So there we go. So Why Should I Worry is in the spot. It's already right there too. Look at that.
Brilliant.
So that's perfect. I'll bring it up again. Louis said, "Hakuna Mafaki."
That's new.
All right. We are in. I'm using that. Man, Hakuna Mafaki. All right, we're in the top 10 now. In the top 10. And a lot of these have not even been on the block.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting. So I think there's a lot in the top 10 that people are really going to be advocating for. I will just say in advance, because I feel like it's going to happen anytime now, that no matter when someone brings up Eye to Eye, it will be too soon for me. And I will get irrationally angry. just so you know, I'm apologizing ahead of time for whatever my reaction may be. I don't even know what it's going to be.
I'm going to second that. Me too.
Just saying, it's gonna get weird. Let It Go does need to be at number 1. Strong agree, Louise. Strong agree. But that's spoiler. That's spoiler.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. All right, number 10. Let's see. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I believe Steph starts off this round. Stephanie, what do you got?
I'm gonna bring a new one onto the table. Zero to Hero, and the sole reason is when I think of Hercules, I don't think of that song. I think of so many other songs before I think of that song.
Okay. I think that's fair. I got a face here. It seems like someone.
I'll bring it. I have a point. I have a point. I'll bring it up later.
I don't feel super strongly about that though, so I can be persuaded.
Okay. I think that's a perfectly cromulent answer. Next up, we have Virginia.
I'm gonna bring back "I'll Make a Man Out of You" again.
All right, make a man out of you. Oh man, okay. All right, we got ODB. Knows I'm calling you something different every time. I'm running out of names.
I don't know what's happening. I'm going to bring a new one. I am going to say, and this is difficult to say, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Ooh.
Because it does not have the same cultural impact, I think, as some of the other songs. And it's from an older film, which is, while it is a classic and much beloved, I don't think today's kids connect with it as much as some of these other songs on
Okay, I'm just gonna let Kat. I know that we haven't gotten through everybody yet, but I know.
No,
Go ahead.
it's so hard for me to not argue when I hear one of these arguments that I like violently disagree with.
Well,
I'm
but
really trying to keep my mouth shut. I'm really
specifically
trying.
the person on the screen right now for the viewers at home played Mary Poppins, so I think this hit
did.
very close to the heart.
It did. It did.
Which, by the way, Eric, I love you for it.
it.
Ow.
Man, we're in the top
Okay.
10 at this
We're in the
point.
top 10 now.
These are all fantastic songs. Like
For sure. For sure.
anything we
Yep.
put here is going to be controversial.
I love it. I love it. All right, Catherine, you're up.
I'm gonna stick with Circle of Life.
Circle of Life is back on the table.
Yep.
I mean, it's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it works for him.
This argument is all about bold moves, I think.
All right. The Lion's Gambit. We'll see if it works.
The Lions Gambit.
Oh man, this is really hard in the top 10 for me. Eric, you made some really good points. I think I'm also putting a new one in.
Oh God, this is gonna be awful.
I think this might be the first time we've had 5 different songs on the table. I'm saying Let It Go. And I get it, and I know I'm probably gonna lose on this, but I think that song is overrated. It's not as good. Like technically, like for me, the rest of these songs are better songs in my opinion. And I am not a huge fan of Idina Menzel's voice. Like I feel like she like broke her voice in Wicked. We were having a conversation about this in one of my group chats about her voice, and I don't know if like she did damage to her voice or something, but like something about when she belts now just sounds terrible. And I could actually show you a video from a YouTuber I follow, your voice teacher Hannah Bales, where she like is kind of like pointing out a lot of the like incorrect things she does with her vocals, that's probably damaging her vocal cords, that also just kind of just for my ear just really just hits my ear wrong. So I'm going to say Let It Go. And there you go, that's my choice. Let's open it up to the floor. Stephanie, you got some I know, Mike, I saw that you follow her too. That made me happy. Steph, you got a look. You look like you're some kind of way right now.
I don't know. I just the story you just told made me sad.
Yeah.
About Idina Menzel.
How old were you when Frozen came out?
I was in college, so I was a grown up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also working with kids at the time, so
Mm-hmm.
I watched it a lot when it came out, and I saw the impact it had on the kids, and that alone, I think the cultural impact of that song alone means it deserves higher on the list. I personally like that song. I don't think it's overrated, but if I take my opinions off the table and just look at the facts,
I said this one is definitely a personal one for me.
Yeah.
Like most of the other ones have been like from a fairly technical point of view. This one, like, I just don't want to see. Like this one, I just don't. It's just it just hits me wrong. So
for me and Let It Go, because again, I mentioned before, and this is part of the reason why I voted for Circle of Life, is that ballads are at an inherent disadvantage in this list because they're not very boppable or hypeable. But Let It Go is both. And it manages to be both while still being a soulful, slower tempo song. And I think that's quite an achievement. And again, as you mentioned, you cannot deny the popularity and culture impact. Holy crap.
Yeah,
and memorability, really. I mean, when they made the Frozen musical on Broadway, you couldn't not have Let It Go be the Act 1 finale. I mean, come on.
I mean, I much prefer like the Broadway recording
Oh God, Cassie Levy, just
Yeah,
amazing.
like
She's so good.
I think it's a superior version of the song. If we were
Hard
talking about
agree.
that version of the song, then it would be probably towards the top for me, because it's not this. Like I said, it's just like a lot of it has to do with Idina Menzel's voice. It's just really soured on me over the years. So, and like I said, I didn't expect it to get through. So let's talk about some of the other ones. Let's talk. We've got Zero to Hero, Make a Man, Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, and Circle of Life. Anybody feeling strongly about one of
I
those?
feel
Eric?
strongly the ones that should not be.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Let's hear it.
Zero to Hero should not be this low on the list.
Yep, agreed.
It is incredibly boppable and gets you hyped. And like that's literally the point of the song. They're hyping up this hero who has come up from nothing, and like they're his cheerleaders basically in this song. That's the whole point of it.
That's perfectly fair.
And I would say that Hercules is not a movie with a lot of songs. I can think of 5 like songs in the entire movie. So they all have to pack a punch. And I think they all do. And I think Zero to Hero is no exception.
I think the Hercules soundtrack is probably one of the most underrated of the Disney soundtracks. I think it's pretty incredible. And anything that's like gospel influenced gets like a +5 for me. And that just feels like it's taking me to church. So yeah. And Luis is correct in the fact that they let you know who put the glad in glad.
For real.
Absolutely.
So not only is it boppable, it's educational.
It is educational.
They can tell you what's a Grecian urn.
That's true.
That's correct.
I gotta say, I love that play on words. When I watched it again today, I was like, earn.
Yeah. such a good rhyme. Obsessed.
Yeah. It's so good.
I would also like to say I don't think I'll Make a Man Out of You should be taken out of the running. Like
agreed.
Agreed.
That's a top 3 song in my opinion.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's
Yeah.
Make a Man of You is that's a pretty incredible song. That's maybe not top 3 for me, maybe top 5 around there. But I think I think somewhere in the top 5 is where that's probably going to land.
For me, if we're going by again these 5 categories, for Make a Man of You, the hype ability particularly, nothing will get you hype more than Make a Man Out of You. You feel like you can run through a brick wall when you hear that song. At least I do. I don't know about y'all, but I do.
Agree. So it sounds like we're probably talking Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious versus Circle of Life. Is that what I'm hearing right now? Is that what I'm hearing? Like I'm asking, is Zero to Hero still on the
10 and things are hard?
Is Zero to Hero still on the table? Like,
I mean, I don't know that I'd put Zero to Hero in top 5 because there's a lot of other strong contenders on this list, but I would not put it this low.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Louis said, after first hearing I'll Make a Man Out of You, I no longer cut Jim. And that they use it as cadence in the army.
Well, that's cool.
That's awesome.
That's dope as hell. I love that. Well, there you go. Cultural impact, y'all.
All right.
Well, we got 5 different things on the table
impact
here. I'm going to list them off. We'll vote, and we'll see if we have a clear thing. And if not, then I guess we'll have to do a second round of conversation. All right, let's go. Let It Go. I'm gonna toss my vote in for Let It Go. But it's a weak vote.
You're gonna split the vote, aren't you? Dang you.
We'll see. If so, then I will say what would have been in the second position for me.
All right.
All right, Circle of Life. All right, one for Circle
Don't care.
Of Life. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh
no.
Oh,
Eric had some really good points. The kids these days don't know it as well as we did.
And also Mary Poppins is also, it's also not like an animation, so I think it probably doesn't stick in people's head in quite the same way. For me, it does. For me, it's actually one of my favorite films as a child. Like Mary, I would not vote for this at this point. I could totally see why other people would. And I think the 10 slot is not a horrible place for this to land. So that doesn't upset me that much. But I will give a quick 10 seconds to the Mary Poppins in the room air grievances before we move on.
To air grievances? No, I mean the group has spoken. It is not my place to air any more grievances. Honestly, if I'm being real here, I was not gonna have Super Cal that much higher, but the people have spoken.
Interesting. She's playing it coy right now, but watch later on. She's gonna be, I want you to know it was me. All right. So Super Cali.
How many times do I have? How many more times am I gonna have to vote for Circle of Life, y'all?
Probably a few.
How much
It's a pretty-
longer? I ask
Probably
you.
Are the police coming for one of us?
Who has the
Apparently
worst
my
takes
choices
here?
have been really bad.
Yeah.
And making some
Was
bad
that
life
you,
choices.
Virginia?
That was me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're coming for your
Of-
takes.
All right. So Super at the 10. Lisa, I asked the sergeant why we were fighting the Huns, and then she made me push. All right, we're in the 9 seed. Who started off that last round?
Me.
Think Stephanie
Steph?
did.
Okay, so we're starting with Virginia this time. Virginia, what do you got for the 9 seed?
Can I see the list again?
Absolutely.
Literally no good options. No good options. None.
There's at this
It's
point there's
true.
nothing. Yeah.
It's really true.
Fine. Just because I want to talk about something new, Under the Sea.
A gasp.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I'm sorry. It's probably getting old.
I love
Talk
it.
about something new. We've got to put
I get
new things out
genuinely
there.
shocked.
Never apologize for being theatrical with this group. Never apologize. In fact, I want you to go bigger.
Oh God.
Name. Oh, I feel faint. All right.
Yeah, don't encourage us, Maui.
Oh, I am encouraging violence. Eric, you're up next. Who you got?
Well, speaking of violence, I think Maui's about to unfriend me and kick me off of this podcast, but I
Oh no, I don't know what happened. Eric just lost. We just lost Eric. No.
Oh no!
I'm
He
saying
let you finish. He did not even let you finish.
I noticed that.
I saw what was happening. I'm sorry, Eric. I don't know what happened, but what were you saying?
Eye to eye.
Well, there it is. The nuclear bomb has been dropped.
Yes.
You can't unpull that card.
You can't unpull that card.
Absolutely
you can't unpull that
not.
card.
No,
Yeah.
because I think these other songs have had more cultural impact. I think they are many of them, not all, but many of them, I think would be more boppable. And of this list, I think that is the only song I could not just like sing a big portion of from memory. And
Sorry.
that's all I can say.
Why is my heart racing?
You're like
Here's the
so.
thing. A Goofy movie did not have the same impact on me that it did on a lot of people. I was really surprised with how popular it was when like we were doing votes on like the other Disney song rounds. I was like, really? A Goofy movie? I liked it, but like, holy crap, these people are going hard for this movie.
I am obsessed with that film.
I laughed at your comment that nobody can sing it because I sang it at my wedding.
Oh, well, see.
Did you dress up as Powerline?
I did not because I have a great wedding dress.
You were
dress up
saying
like-
that, oh, sorry.
Did you dress up like Roxanne?
No.
Okay,
It's okay.
Everybody's different because Kat, you were saying you can't sing much of "You're Welcome" except for the
That's
chorus.
true.
And I
That
could
is
probably recite that entire song from memory,
Fair enough.
including the rap.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Alright.
mean to get into discussions before we've all done there.
No, it. Hey, I allowed it because it's eye to eye.
True. Okay, good. It gets special dispensation.
Huh. So, here's the thing. I completely understand what Eric is saying. I think it's completely rational. I think it kind of makes sense that I probably should land right here. I get that. I get all of that. And I am saying let it go. Because I will be damned if I see eye to eye go lower then
Amazing.
freaking let it go.
Incredible.
Because I am petty AF and I'm just gonna stick to my guns. I will vote for the.
I was about to say, Maui, you're cutting and running so early on Eye to Eye. What happened? And then you.
Because here's the thing,
continued.
you know, like Catherine,
Yes, dear.
you know he's right.
No,
Like,
I don't, actually.
Like
No, I
in your
don't.
heart of hearts.
No, I really don't.
You know,
I know.
like across the criteria that we have set. I can't believe I'm saying this. In fact, I need to stand in my integrity. I'm saying Eye to Eye too. I have to. I have to say Eye to Eye too.
Goodbye.
I have to say Eye to Eye too. I have to.
No, I'm kidding.
She's leaving me off.
I'm not doing that. No. I will make the I will make the Eye to Eye case though if you would like to hear.
Please do, because I want you to convince me.
All right, here we go.
Because Eric just really did convince me there. We're going to Steph next.
This is such an interesting conversation. So I haven't seen the Goofy movie since it used to play on like Disney Channel when we were little. And I listened to the song again today and I was like, wow, this is a bop. But I'm glad Eric said it all first. All the other songs, it is the last song on the list that I don't know all the words to. So memorability and cultural impact is down there for me. I'm also going to say Eye to Eye.
It's hard. It's hard. Though I will say that Goofy movie is, in my opinion, the first black Disney movie. I know it's not actually, but it feels like a black movie to me. I'm just saying. All right.
That's you know what? That's fair.
I'm just saying. All right, Virginia.
No, I already went. I already chose my violence.
Oh, you did Under the Sea, right?
I did.
So we literally just have. Wait, Kat, what did you pick? Did you pick?
I'm still sticking by Circle of Life for all the aforementioned reasons that you can't stop a show that has not even started yet. And yeah, it's as good of a song as is not boppable in the sense that like a Zero to Hero is boppable or a Eye to Eye is boppable. It's a good song. It's a very solid song, but I would put other Lion King songs above that one.
I was about to say, in fairness, Circle of Life does end the movie as well as start it. So it is literally a showstopper.
Sure.
That sense.
Just because the movie is about the circle of life.
Yeah, it's literally a circle. It starts and ends at the same point.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
All right, so
that gives that's why I was arguing it for it to be higher than Belle, even though I was arguing that Belle was starting a film.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. I feel like Catherine and Eric have really strong opinions that are very well reasoned. So what we're gonna do here, because I want to be cognizant of the time, you have 30 seconds, Catherine, to argue your case.
Starting.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Now.
Okay, Eye to Eye, boppability. We have all agreed it is one of the most boppable items on this list. Hypeability. It is the 11 o'clock number of a Goofy movie. How could it not get you hype? It is literally a concert where the kid gets to win the girl of his dreams. I feel like popularity and culture impact kind of go hand in hand. The millennial generation, we have really adopted a Goofy movie and Eye to Eye as a result as like our thing. And it has really been resurgent lately because everyone around my age freaking loves that. And again, memorability. It's
time.
Cool. I feel like I said my piece.
All right. Eric, are you ready?
For what?
You took for your counterpoint.
I thought I already made my argument. Okay.
If you want to just reiterate it, that's fine. But you have 30 seconds. Just we want to make sure it's fresh in your head. Are you ready?
Yes.
And go.
I think if you went up to like a kid and asked like, "What's your favorite Disney song?" very few of them would say "Eye to Eye." Many would probably say, "What's that?" I don't think it's as memorable or has had as much cultural impact for a lot of people. Because the Goofy movie was kind of a dark horse. It was like an unexpected cult favorite. It was not a massively popular Disney extravaganza the way a lot of these other films were.
And you yield the rest of your time?
Yes.
All right. That was 3 seconds left. 3 seconds left. Whew. Okay, so it sounds like Under the Sea is off the table here. It sounds like it's between Circle of Life and Eye to Eye. So what's what we're gonna? Is that what we're narrowing it down to? Those are the two arguments that I heard the strongest against. Okay. All those in favor of Eye to Eye, raise their hand.
Okay, well now I know who to unfriend. No,
I
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I'm not sure if I'm raising my hand yet or not.
Oh wow. Okay.
The suspense is terrible.
Okay.
I hope it lasts.
All those in favor of Circle of Life, raise their hand.
Finally.
You made a good argument for it. I gave it to you. I don't know how much longer it's going to last though. Also,
Honestly, totally fair.
there's multiple Lion Kings on here. I think being in the top 10 for one is good. Top 5 maybe for they we'll see. I think that this is a good. I think it's a good space for either of these to land. Yeah. So yeah.
Cute.
Oh, that was rough though. That was rough. Oh my goodness. Okay.
You gonna be okay?
That like gave me a fight or flight response. Like it literally my pulse was pounding.
Maui's gonna be laying in bed tonight, staring at the ceiling, going, "What have I done?"
Well, it's not out yet. It's still Circle of Life just won the vote for this seed, right?
Hey,
yeah.
Tough decisions have to be made.
Yep. Okay.
We must be ruthless.
In the 8 seed, who starts this one? Catherine?
Is it my turn?
I think it's your turn. Yes.
I think
Yeah.
here is where I'm going to put Under the Sea. And again, it made top 10. Excellent showing by Under the Sea. It's not quite as cultural impacty, boppable, hypeable as some of the other ones.
Okay. Eric?
Strong disagree with that. I'm still sticking with Eye to Eye.
Eye to
Rude.
Eye, back on the table. All right. Me. I mean, I don't think I'm getting Let It Go, but I'm gonna say I Let It Go. I don't think it should be in the top 5. I really don't. So I'm gonna say Let It Go. All right, Steph.
Me and Eric are on the same page again. I'm gonna say Eye to Eye.
Eye to Eye. Okay. And Virginia.
I think after the last discussion, it's time for Eye to Eye.
I mean, that's 3 right there.
I think
That's 3 right there. And you already gave an impassioned speech the
Eye.
last time.
I have to lay down my sword, alas.
I
Speaking
think.
as a younger millennial, that movie I think doesn't have as much impact for us as the older millennials.
Are you calling me old?
She calls me old all the time.
I am an older millennial. It did not have as much impact on me, but I seem to be an outlier in that, as I've discovered
Fair enough.
on the dope page and our other votes.
At least I can.
Just-
At least I can tell my husband, to whom I sang it to. It made the top 10.
Just so you know, Eric, Stephanie thinks that we're like old.
I mean,
Just
I
so you-
feel that way some days.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
me too, but I don't want to hear
Ice
it.
cold.
Makes me feel younger to call you old, so don't worry.
I'm constantly seeing those memes
Man.
of like, if these items were part of your childhood, or this movie was part of your childhood, take an ibuprofen for your back.
Stephanie, did they bump when you backed the bus over them? Jeez.
So Eye to Eye is at
Okay,
8.
Fine, whatever.
All right, 7 seed. Let's see. Kind of start that one. Eric, you are up.
I'm bringing Hakuna Matata back. I know
All
it's
right.
not a popular choice at this point, but I think these other songs on here are stronger contenders.
Okay. Mike says, as someone who's played in a calypso band, I'm flabbergasted that someone would say that Under the Sea is not that
I
popular.
That's
didn't
like
say
top
it's not that
3 for me.
popular. I'm saying comparison to the other ones that are left on this list, it has still made the top 10, sir.
I don't know. This comparison. I don't know. I think it's pretty popular.
Well,
All
it
these
is.
are
That's
like
why it's on this list.
but all of these are insanely popular.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think if you're talking about popularity at this point, I'll be quiet. Let's just
Okay.
keep going.
I know. We got a lot to get through.
Yeah. Who just said Hakuna? Was that
That was Eric.
So you don't have
Eric.
to be quiet because you're next, I think, right? We're
all right? I'm up. Yep, that's me. I mean, okay. I understand that I'm not going to get Let It Go, so I need something that I can actually like get out that I think should be around this spot. I think this is the point where Zero the Hero has worn out its welcome. So I'm saying Zero the Hero. I love the song, but looking at the rest of these juggernauts, I just don't see it going above any of them, except for Let It Go, which I know there's a lot of disagreement on that. So I don't want to see it slip way higher because of that. So I am going to say Zero to Hero. Stephanie.
I agree with you, Matt. I'm also going to say Zero to Hero. That was lower on my list, so I'll get it out of the way.
All right. Virginia.
I'm going to say Hakuna Matata, but that doesn't really matter because I'm really just here to argue against Zero to Hero being next on the list.
That's fair. That's fair.
Get him.
Catherine.
I'm sticking with Under the Sea for now.
And Under the Sea. Okay, I feel like we've argued a lot for these, so I'm saying just because of time, these have all been on the table at this point. Let's just vote and see kind of where it shakes out. We have 3, and there's 5 of us, so that should tilt it some way or another.
Yeah.
I'll give y'all a second to think about it. So
they are Under the Sea, Zero to Hero, and
Hakuna
and
Matata.
Hakuna
Matata.
Matata.
Thank you.
So Under the Sea, arguments against it is that it's not quite as popular as the rest.
Yeah.
You know,
And it
in
doesn't- and
comparison.
And to me, it doesn't quite pack quite as much of a musical punch.
Right.
Some of
And
these
then
are very
real-
punchy.
And then real quick, the argument against Zero the Hero was
It's extraordinarily boppable, and if you want to talk about cultural popularity, this predates Tiana and actually puts African American women into an actual Disney story in a positive light, which is kind of why I love it.
argument for Zero to Hero. Okay. And my argument against it is that I think it is actually the least popular out of these. I think they're all on the same like boppable level, but I think it's probably like the least popular out of these. I think this is a good place for it to land. And then Hakuna Matata argument against it or for it was real quick.
I just don't think it's as like catchy and as much of a showstopper as some of these other songs. I think it's
More of a sing along,
more of a sing along, lighthearted, jokey, friends hanging out kind of song.
Okay. Luis, what's the line for old, young, millennial?
Oh God, let's not go there.
I'm gonna say 1989.
Oh, that's the year I was born. I'm right in the middle.
You're welcome. Okay, I think we're ready to vote. All those in favor of Under the Sea, please raise your hand.
I'm going against my own thing.
Whoa. All those
Eric has convinced me.
interesting. All those in favor of Zero to Hero, raise their hand. All right, it seems like Eric convinced quite a few people. And all those in favor of Hakuna Matata, well, Eric and Virginia, mixture of that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Steph. I'm sorry.
I never thought about it as more of a
Betrayal,
single.
betrayal.
I never thought about Hakuna Matata as more of a sing along, but as soon as you said, I was like, oh, he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That really shook it out for me right there.
Interesting.
All
Very interesting.
right. So Hakuna Matata. I'm so sorry, Steph. You know I love you. All right. So that's it. But that's also like the number 7 seed. So that's pretty
Yeah, so-
damn
Pretty
good.
far.
More than halfway.
Considering I was like tossing it into the running pretty early.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing. That's why I think I just can't wait to be. I think I just can't wait to be king in this category. I think that's actually a better song. I think that probably performs higher than this.
But it's an I Want song.
Yeah,
it is not
we're-
one song, but it's
Another-
also, I think, a fantastic showstopper.
Yeah,
of a song.
things
I
can be
love it.
more than one.
Yeah.
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 Even villain songs can be showstoppers, like, you know, or I
Oh,
Want
yeah.
songs.
Like
Yeah.
if Poor Unfortunate Souls was in this, it probably would still rank pretty high.
Mercy,
right?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that song might be like the single best Disney song. Like it's definitely like in the top. We're actually then that'll be the final conversation after we finish this. We're gonna look at the top four, the
Yeah.
top seeds from each of them, and then rank those four. So all right, we're going to move on. Here's the list. We're in our top six now. At 6th seed, let's see who started off that last one.
I can't remember. I think Eric
Was
did.
it me? Yeah, I think it was me.
Yeah, I think Eric did.
5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. I think Eric starts, so that's me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll be damn. Okay, I'm Let It Go cannot be in the top 5. Like no freaking way. Let It Go is on the block for sure now. Stuff.
I'm still seeing 0 to Hero. It's 13 on my list, so I think it needs to go out there.
Okay. Virginia.
I'm going with Under the Sea again.
My girl.
Like, you're gonna dilute the vote. You're Under the Sea, or push it towards friggin' Catherine. I hate when she wins.
I've just convinced people with my eloquent arguments. I'm saying Under the Sea.
Under the Sea. I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Eric, what about you?
Of the choices remaining, I'll go with 0 to Hero because it probably is the least popular of what's left. I do
Maui.
love that song though, and it is super boppable and hyping.
Maui,
All right, I know
Maui,
we've-
Maui.
Argued so just let's allow me real quick. Okay. Do any of you honestly think that like Let It Go, like in your heart, think it deserves above 0 to Hero? 0 to Hero is a great song. The cultural impact is Renee said. Under the Sea, like we sing that all the time in the bar. We go to karaoke, you sing Under the Sea. It is a bop. Some people sing Let It Go, but when people sing Let It Go, people go like, ugh.
Okay,
People are
Maui.
sick of that song.
I
People are
wouldn't-
sick of that song. Like,
Maui,
like
have
whenever
you-
I go,
Who is people,
Have you
sir?
ever seen a 5-year-old flash mob singing Let It Go? Because
I
that
have.
would change your mind.
I have, and I've even seen the one with the little kid in the snow in her little outfit, and she's like doing the magic. And
No.
I get that she's cute, but her musical tastes are terrible.
I'm gonna
Wow.
tell you, buddy, that you said that. No,
Please don't tell him I said that.
Jeez Louise.
It's not as good. 0 to Hero is a better the song. It's a better song. It's a better song. And
I will agree that
like, I'm-
0 to Hero is a better song. But
Under the Sea, better
think
song.
there
Be Our
are
Guest,
other-
better song. Friend Like Me, better song. 0 to Hero, better song. I'm making like all of these songs are better songs. They're more boppable. They're more hypeable. Then Let It Go. Like all my bias against Let It Go aside, like it is just not as good of a song. Like just
See, I would
straight up,
disagree with that.
I
I
disagree.
think Let It Go is a
It's-
fantastic song.
Yeah, I think it's a great song, and
I think it's a fantastic song, and people just got tired of it because it was overplayed.
exactly.
Yeah,
Because
it was
every,
only
like,
and it was only
6-year-old
overplayed,
child became obsessed with it.
and it was only
Mike,
overplayed.
Mike, I love you.
And it was
I love
only
you, Mike
overplayed
Mendes.
because it was such a fantastic song.
exactly.
One follows the other.
And people
Ah.
love to hate things that people
Are
love.
popular.
Exactly.
No.
And the way that Let It Go transferred from movie to stage is so beautiful. Like there's a whole corner TikTok that's just the dress transformation from that song, and it's beautiful and it hits every time.
And I'm gonna pull
I
this
think that-
card.
I think
I'm
that
gonna
song
pull
ages
this card
poorly.
that I'm gonna pull this card that I cannot unpull. Let It Go, queer icon song.
Yes.
And I'm also going to add to the conversation, Let It Go was such an impactful and boppable and hyping song, they rewrote the entire movie because they're like, damn, we can't make this girl the villain. This song is incredible.
It's too good.
We have to make this about her.
And they rewrote the musical because, again, it happens kind of early in the story, but they're like, you can't not make this the Act 1 finale. So they made the Act 1 longer and added more new songs to it.
And
just so
the
Let It
movie
Go could
suffers
be...
because of it, because I would rather watch Tangled than Frozen any day of the week. Just saying.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
I agree with you there.
Me
I'm
too,
just
and I
saying,
still
the
love Let It
song is incredible.
Mike, that was hurtful.
Mike,
Yeah.
this is a
Fuck
perfect
Baby
statement. Perfect state. It's the perfect statement, though. Let It Go is, in fact, the Baby Shark of Disney songs.
No,
For
because
sure.
Let It Go is well written.
Agreed.
Too close to call, in my opinion. But like the
gotta
song,
vote,
I'm
y'all.
gonna
This
let
is-
it go. But
we
like
gotta
the
vote.
song, I'm gonna let it go because it's time to vote. You like that? You like that transition? Boom.
Yeah, sure.
All right, here we go. All those in favor of Under the Sea, raise their hands.
My girl.
All those in favor of Zero to Hero, raise their hands. All those in favor of Let It Go, raise their hands. We have a tie.
And you said that wasn't going to happen.
We have a tie. Which means I have to choose. So between Let It Go makes it through, but I will decide between Zero to Hero and Under the Sea. Oh my goodness, I don't like this.
I would like to point out, Maui, that you have already said that anything gospel inspired already gets a +5 from you. So I'm just gonna hold you to that.
Look at you trying to sneak through.
I'm just using your words, my dear.
Luis
You
said it
said
would
it,
have been a
not-
better
you said
movie
it,
if she was
not
the
me.
villain. Luis,
I
you're
would have been
100% correct.
Interested to see that, to be honest,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
it was based on the Snow Queen. And I kind
We-
of, as much as I do enjoy Frozen, I think it would have been cool to see an actual adaptation of the Snow Queen.
We're gonna ask for the Snyder cut of Frozen.
All right, I'm going to say I hate this so much. I'm going to say Hey Virginia, I want you to know it was me. Zero to Hero.
All right, well. Maui.
I'm sorry.
You
I can't put it.
lied.
Under the Sea is too big of a song. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I love the song. I actually like the
Lied.
song better than Under the Sea, but across the criteria, I can't do it. I just can't. Under the Sea is at 6. All right, we're in our
Here
top.
the hero is.
Or sorry, Zero to Hero.
Just
Sorry,
voted.
I'm getting so confused. I'm so in my feelings. Sorry. Zero to Hero is at 6. I'm so sorry. I love you.
That hurt. That really hurt.
It hurt. It hurt me to do it. It hurt me to do it.
Did
but
it though?
But it
I'm
needed
kidding.
to be done. It needed to be done.
That hurt.
We're in our top 5, y'all. All right. In the 5 slot, who started that one off? Was
You
that me?
You.
Okay, so
You
Steph,
did.
you get to start this one.
All right, I am going to say Be Our Guest. I think all the songs above it are just more boppable and more memorable most of all.
Oh. I think this is where the age gap is really going to come into play here. I think
Big
it's going to be an
time.
interesting round.
Big time.
I'm super attached to Under the Sea. That was like
Oh,
my childhood when that came.
Interesting. I like that. Okay, Virginia, you're up.
Since we're choosing violence, I'm going back to I'll Make a Man Out of You because I just don't love it like I love some of these other songs.
Okay. Catherine?
I'm sticking with Under the Sea, y'all. I'm sticking to my guns. I stick to my principles. It's not as punchy as some of these other ones. It's a good song. That's why it's in the top 5. It deserves to be in the top 5. Does not deserve to be higher than that.
All right. All right. Ricky Lindy, what you got?
I'm gonna say that this would be a good. I would be okay with Let It Go being here, actually, maybe being next.
Oh, he's opened the door, Maui.
Yeah.
The door is open.
You know what my vote
Of
is.
what is left, I think the other ones are much stronger.
You know what my vote is. So there you go. All right. Be Our Guest. Everything else has been talked about a lot, so let's just talk about Be Our Guest a little bit.
I have an argument.
Go ahead, Eric.
Go ahead, Eric.
Do it.
Go on. Take
Be
it.
Our Guest was my number one, actually. Like, Be Our Guest is like the quintessential showstopper. He literally pauses, and they had just done a kick line. They stopped the show. Like, it's an amazing song. I think that is absolutely the one that should be, if not the number one, at least in the top three. Because
I don't think it's my number
it sort
one.
of defines this category for me.
It's definitely in my top 3 as well. And I was gonna say almost the exact same thing, word for word, Eric. It is the ultimate show-stopping number. And again, you have to think about it in context. Beauty and the Beast is among the greatest Disney films of all time, especially in the Renaissance era. Like, holy crap. And there are amazing, amazing songs in Beauty and the Beast. You got Gaston. You got Belle, which we've already talked about. You know, you've got all these incredible, incredible songs. And Be Our Guest still manages to rise up amongst this incredible catalog of memorable songs. And you got the kick line, you got the champagne, that is, making this little like fountain above the table. You've got, Lumiere just being as charismatic as humanly possible. Like, it's Be Our Guest, man, is and again, it's incredibly boppable, hummable. Everybody knows the words. It's got to be in the top 3, man.
I
All right,
guess
Stephanie.
in my brain, Under the Sea and Be Our Guest very much occupy the same space. But for me, Under the Sea is just slightly above that. I think Under the Sea, every single time I hear that song, it is stuck in my head for the next probably week. Drives me crazy. But because of that factor alone, I put it above Be Our Guest. And it's I don't know, it's so colorful, it's so catchy, and it's so fun. Both of them are, I guess. It's hard. It's a hard decision.
Yeah, no, it's not easy.
So here's my question. Does anybody see any of these other 3, Be Our Guest, Make a Man, or Under the Sea? Like, is anyone see Let It Go as being better than any of those? Because Let It Go has been on the table for a while, mostly by me. But now someone else has thrown it out there. So my question is, does anybody else see Let It Go as like, being like, are we striking Let It Go from this round again? Like, do we think Let It Go pushes through? Like, I'm trying to narrow the selection down a little bit here.
My personal ranking would be Under the Sea would go here and then Let It Go. So it's close.
So you do think it's on the table?
It's on the table, but I wouldn't vote for it just yet.
I agree.
So your pick 2. So your pick 2 is Under the Sea and Let It Go.
Yes, sure. Yeah, if we're doing a pick 2, yeah, let's do that.
So because that'll help us kind of figure out. So
yeah, that's fine.
Eric, what's your pick 2? Like, out of these, like the 2 that you think should be up for the Line of Fire?
Let It Go. What are the other options? Sorry.
Be Our Guest, Make a Man Out of You, and Under the Sea.
By the way, I'm tallying these pick 2s.
Thank you.
Okay, so we can't enter anything else into the running. Just has to be those.
Just those 2. Just those out of those.
Okay, well,
out
then
of those 4.
next, I would vote for Let It Go and Make a Man Out of You, because I think
Okay.
Be Our Guest and Under the Sea have a much bigger impact. On
Okay. I would say I'd probably say Let It Go, Make a Man Out of You as well at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. Steph?
Under the Sea and Be Our Guest.
Okay. And Virginia?
Make a Man and Under the Sea.
Okay. So what does that give us, Catherine? Is it pretty even?
It's a 3-way tie between Under the Sea, Let It Go, and Make a Man of You. They each have 3 votes.
So Be Our Guest is off.
So Be Our Guest is out, off the table.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Kat, what were the three again?
Under the Sea, Let It Go, and I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Oof, that's tough. Okay, so we have three. I think that narrows down enough. Let's just do a vote and see
Okay.
what comes out on top. We'll do it a little bit differently this time. Stephanie, what is your vote? Catherine, if you can take the tally,
Yes, sir.
that'd be great.
Under the Sea.
Under the Sea. All right. Virginia, what's your vote?
I'm sticking with Make a Man.
Okay. Eric, what's your vote?
Let It Go.
Okay. Maui's vote is also Let It Go. And Catherine.
My vote is Under the Sea. So Make a
So we
Man Out of
have,
You is now off the table.
So now we're down to 2.
Yes, now we're down to 2. Now we have to. Now we must choose,
All
or rather,
right.
Virginia must choose.
Yeah.
Another round. Another round of voting. Another round of voting.
Let's do
I'm
it.
sticking with. Oh wait, no, that's right. The only person that didn't pick was
It's
one of
Virginia.
those two was Virginia.
So
So yeah, so
Virginia,
just
you gotta
Virginia.
pick-
What's your vote?
Yep.
My other one was Under the Sea, so that's what I'm going with.
All right, Under the Sea makes it through.
My girl.
Under the Sea makes it through. That's rough, buddy.
Oh my God.
So Let It Go is still in. Under the Sea is where it is. It's in the top
Yeah.
5.
Mhm.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, we're in the 4th slot here. I think we already have kind of our players here.
Definitely.
I would say that would be between Make a Man Out of You and Under the Sea at this point. Does that sound correct, everybody? Or is
We
there something
already-
else that we need
We
to?
we already got that.
You already put
Under the
it-
Sea's already gone.
Make a Man
I'm
and
sorry,
Let It
Make a
Go.
Man and Let It Go. Does that sound correct, everybody, at this
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
point?
I know what I would say.
I'll agree for the sake of the group.
No.
You don't have to.
If you disagree,
I would
like
still say be our guest.
okay, it sounds like nobody else is into that. So okay, so I see what you're saying. Okay, so Make a Man and Let It Go. Let's just do another vote round right now.
Okay.
Here we go. I'll start this one. Let It Go. Stephanie.
Just between the two?
Yeah.
Let It Go.
Okay. Virginia.
Make a Man.
Okay. Eric.
Let It Go.
And Catherine.
Let it go.
All right.
Sorry, you're just gonna have to let it go.
I will. It's fine. I mean, you guys already took 0 to hero, so I mean,
It was 2 on my list, so.
0. I was in your corner on 0 to hero, Virginia.
I know.
Top-
I love you.
Top 4
Love you
placement
too.
is not bad at all.
It's not no, but at this point we're splitting hairs. We really are.
I'm going to point out something in this top 3 right now that every single thing on this list has been named
Yep.
for placement except one.
Mhm.
That is
And that
incredibly true.
is Friend Like Me.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
Throwing that out there as we go into our 3 round to just think of the fact that like that has never come up, not once.
Mhm.
So like my guess is that that's going to be in the top 2. It could be number 1. Like I think that's a strong candidate. I think I see what the 1-2 was coming down to. I'm curious though. We see the way they're ranked right now. Pick the so put up a 1 for I'll Make a Man of You, 2 for Friend Like Me, or 3 for Be Our Guest. Wait until I say go, because I
Okay.
feel like I know what everybody's going to pick. Take a look, make sure you know what your number is of which one you're going to pick that should be up next. And I feel like I know what everyone might say, or at least what the majority is. So it's going to be a blind vote because
Okay.
I'm very curious to see what happens. And if it gets muddy, then we'll have a conversation. But I feel like I know what's going to happen here. So put up a 1 if you're saying Make a Man Out of You, 2 for Friend Like Me, or 3 for Be Our Guest. And
Okay.
whatever gets the majority will be in the 3rd seed. Everybody got their number?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give this so we can see. All right. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then put your finger up. All right. Or fingers. 1, 2, 3.
Wait. What are we doing? Like for the 3 seed?
The 3rd seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
too many numbers involved in this.
There's too many numbers involved here. Yeah. Can we put the list back up, please?
I said, does everybody have their number?
No,
Damn.
I
But then
no.
you also said
But then you also
I'm
said
gonna
other
say
things.
1, 2, 3, which
Yeah. Then I'm like, wait, hold up. What?
That was just for the reveal.
Okay.
I know.
So for the 3. So we're talking about for the 3 seed.
For the
Got
3
it.
seed. Yes.
Got it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Ready? All right.
Yes.
And okay, I won't say any more numbers. Just and reveal. Yep, that's what I thought would happen. Majority is going to be, I'm blanking now. Make a man out of you. I think that's
hurts
what
a
I
lot.
was figuring was going to happen. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. So that locks that in. And the top two I thought was pretty inevitable, right here. So I think that makes perfect sense right now. All right, so that's good because we can just get out the way. And now, everybody, state your case for Friend Like Me or Be Our Guest.
For what? For number 2?
For number one at this point.
For number one.
It's just
Yeah.
one or two right at this point. So,
Who are we starting with?
let's start with you, Eric.
I think, like I already said, I think Be Our Guest should be number 1 because it is the absolute like pinnacle and quintessential show-stopping number. Like it was written as a Broadway style showstopper, complete with all the furniture and silverware, dancing and doing a kick line and an incredible like just Broadway style just musical extravaganza, which then they all pause and strike a pose as if like they're waiting for the applause to end. It needs to be number 1 for those people.
I love that. I think that's great. I think those are really great points. Also, I think, as I recall, when we did our Disney film bracket, that it came down to Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, I believe.
Mhm.
So
Rightfully so.
So it's basically become the same thing. And I remember what won that. So we'll see if the other gets justice today. Catherine, what do you think?
This may surprise you guys. I don't have strong feelings either way. I think they're both
so good.
They're both phenomenal, and yes, as much as I say that Be Our Guest is that quintessential Broadway number, they're kind of both like that though, and they both have that grandiose feeling. One is because you got a bunch of dancing, cutlery and plates and stuff, but the other was the genie showing off his powers and all the things that he can provide and he brings to the table. So they are quite similar. They do both pack quite a punch. They're both very boppable, memorable, hypeable, pop. They all have the whole package, and I honestly don't care where they land. I think they're excellent top 2, fantastic top 2.
Virginia.
I was actually hoping that somebody else would sway me in one direction or the other.
Yeah.
I think originally I thought Friend Like Me was, when I was looking at the whole list, I thought that was going to be where I was going to go. But sort of as we've had discussions about other songs and what criteria we're really thinking about, and now I have absolutely no clue what I want to do.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one for sure. Steph?
I don't find it tough.
I has opinions.
Well, okay, so I am a bit
Bring it.
biased because I was in Aladdin during my formative years. But Friend Like Me is such a it is a showstopper. I think it translates beautifully from the film to the stage version to the new movie. Even that, is the best production I've seen in one of the live action Disney movies. The dancing and the energy and the lights and even the CGI and all that. But back to the animated version. It's such a great time for Genie it's introducing his character and introducing the plot for the rest of the movie, and that's a big deal. And it does it in such a beautiful, powerful way, and it builds so good. And I just love that song.
All right, so we have 2 people on the fence. We have 2 people advocating for one or the other. Oh fuck. Oh boy, I don't know. Like, it's interesting because they're both like definitive showstoppers, but one is like with a huge ensemble, and one is just Robin Williams just doing the most. And
One man huge
scenery.
ensemble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's a one-man ensemble. He's
Yeah.
a tour de force, and
Chewing the scenery
yeah,
till it's
I mean,
gone.
there's background stuff as well, but it's his show, right?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that is so hard to say.
Yeah.
I honestly, it's so tight. I think either one.
Freaking the F word.
Yeah, go ahead, Steph.
Okay. Can you think of another song that made you love a character so fast?
Ooh.
Dang.
That is the
Dang.
thing. He pops out of
Ooh.
the lamp. He's like, "Here I am. I grant wishes." And then he sings this song. And by the end of the song, you're like, "Oh my god!" You're hyped up. It's a bop. It's a banger, and you're ready to go on this journey with
Perfectly
the character.
establishes exactly who the genie is.
Exactly.
That
Ooh.
could be a killing blow right there.
That was
Damn.
like a mic drop.
Wow.
Oh my God.
I'm impressed.
Do we think we're ready to vote?
Wait, Eric, do you have a counterpoint to that for being
Yeah,
guest?
that would be fair.
I
Did you
think
turn to a reporter all of a sudden?
I'm so like invested now. Yeah.
I think Be Our Guest does that for Lumiere for me. However, he had been introduced earlier in the film, so I don't have a strong counterpoint against it.
Interesting.
I still would vote Be Our Guest as number one, just for the ensemble effect.
Oh.
Okay. I think we're gonna put it to a vote. We're gonna see what happens. Don't worry, Virginia. I'll make you go last. You look like you're in pain.
I am. I'm dying because I'm thinking of the Aladdin movie, and I kind of said, I'm going to go with Be Our Guest because it does have that we literally stopped the show portion at the end. But then in Aladdin, doesn't he bring out an applause sign when he's done?
does.
And
Yeah,
like,
it does.
imagine. So then I was like, well, dang it. Now I thought I found a deciding factor and I didn't. I just talked myself into both of them again. So
I mean, it's definitely a showstopper. Like the genie's like, I'm here, and now it's gonna be about me for a minute. Let me tell you something about who I am. Like for sure. Like that's, and then like same thing with the applause at the end. Like they're both like made to be showstoppers.
yeah.
That they're both quintessential. Which is I will also say one was up pretty early on, and one was not. So I would also
Travesty, personally.
I was shocked, but I will just mention that. Let's vote. I'm not gonna put up anything in the chat yet until we vote. So, Catherine, let's start with you. What is your vote?
What are we voting for? Number one or number two?
We're voting. We're just saying what our number one is now. So we've usually been saying what the lower one is. Now we're going for what's our top slot. So what do you think deserves to be in the top spot?
Yeah, I mean, not only is it a showstopper, it is a show stealer. I'm going with Friend Like Me.
Ooh, okay. All right, Eric.
I am still sticking with Be Our Guest. Vive la France!
It was just fast.
Do you hear the people sing?
Stephanie really swayed me with that.
She really did. That was amazing.
So I'm saying Friend Like Me. Stephanie, I'm assuming you're saying the same.
Unlike me.
Okay, Virginia, it doesn't really matter, but just
No, it
what's your heart
doesn't.
say?
It went with the argument about he literally like decided he was the main character after that song. Like, you thought the movie was about Aladdin, but that was lies.
Yep.
And this song told you why. So yeah,
Mhm.
I know it
So-
doesn't matter, but I'll vote just for the fun. Oh, Luis, rude.
So Louis said Belle, and Mama Iverson said that Stephanie might have swayed. Like so, it
That's
sounded like
That's a big deal because Beauty and the Beast is my mom's like die-hard Disney film. That is her favorite.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I'm honored, Mom.
So it looks like it's locked.
We did
We
it!
did it. We have
Woo!
so there's one more exercise. If all of you have something to write with, just make sure or something that you can jot down something real quick. There are 4 winners in these tiers that we've done over the last month. We have Friend Like Me winning the showstopper category. we have A Whole New World. Wow. Aladdin took 2
Yeah,
categories.
damn. Good job, Aladdin.
New World. We have Part of Your World.
So we got 2 Aladdin and 2 Little Mermaid.
Your World. And we have Poor Unfortunate Souls. So here is what we are going to do. We are not going to debate, actually. We are going to do each of us are going to do our own ranked. We're going to do ranked choice. Oh, Luis, I'm sorry that you missed the love songs.
I'm sad I missed that one too.
That was a very fun
That's a
one.
good one.
I really enjoyed that one. Your number 1 is going to get 4 points. Your number 2 is going to get 3. Your number 3 is going to get 2, and your number 4 is going to get 1. Right. So the point value decreases as it goes down. So your number 1 seed is going to get the highest amount of points. Once I have your order, I will be able to tabulate which is the definitive, according to the definitive dopest Disney song of all time. The choices, rank your choices between Friend Like Me, Whole New World, Part of Your World, and Poor Unfortunate Souls. Now, I don't want you to say it. I want you to put it into the private chat. There's a private chat that you can, so where Stephanie put Maui, take off the scroller, because I forgot to take off we're starting the stream shortly at the beginning. Put your top 4 choices in there. Type it in. Don't put enter until I tell you. I want to make sure everybody's in. I don't want people's choices to influence the other. All right. And when everybody is ready, let me know. Okay, but remember, do not hit enter until I say.
And we're not adding points. We're just
Don't worry about
ranking.
adding the points. Just rank them 1 through 4. I will add the points.
Okay.
Wait, oh, never mind.
Yes, Mike is correct. Luis, you can still watch that video after the fact if you want it. They're all on our YouTube page and our Facebook page, so you can definitely go back and watch that. All right, I need to rank my own here.
My desk is littered with all these papers and taking notes and stuff.
Mine too. Oh man, this is hard. That's what she said.
I'm ready. It was actually fairly easy for me.
Yeah, that was not as hard
I
as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because I have strong opinions about these 4 songs because they are so, huge.
Okay. Is everyone have it ready to send or no?
No. Hang on.
Yep,
Our number 1 pick has the most points, is what you're saying? I'm still
Right. Don't worry about assigning
points.
the point values. Just put them in your order, and I'll figure out the points.
fair enough.
So just let me know when everybody has it typed in and when you're ready to hit enter.
Then hang on.
While we're waiting for Eric, how do you think that the showstopper went? Are you pretty happy with the order overall? You feel like, or is there something that you were just like, I'll go back down to it here. Anything that like really, really hurt? Anything that you're super happy overperformed or something like that?
Yes, I think Zero to Hero should have been in the top 3, but I know that I'm alone in that. That's okay.
Okay. But you, Catherine?
I think this is generally. I mean, I should have been higher. I think number 8 is just.
Where would you have seen Eye to Eye?
Eye to Eye goes above Hakuna Matata, above Under the Sea. It's hard to. I put it top 5. I don't know if I put it higher than that, just because it is kind of a dark horse as it comes from a less popular movie.
Mm-hmm.
But based on quality, I would put it above some of these other ones.
Interesting. Nah, fam, I agree. Zero to Hero should have been way higher.
I agree with you.
He said, "Nah, son, I wanted the live discussion." Well,
Nah.
Luis, you have to tune in because we're doing a debate club, which I'll talk about after we're done with this final exercise here. Eric, are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
All right.
All right, and go ahead. Everybody, hit enter. Okay, I'm gonna tally it up. While I tally it up, keep talking about it. I'm gonna remove myself
God.
for a minute,
Wait.
and I'm gonna tally.
Can I-
Okay.
We all did something different.
We all did some,
So I
we
gotta
all-
do some math,
we all picked different number ones.
Yeah.
which is
All
very
four
interesting.
of us to pick.
That's
I love
hilarious.
so
ranked choice.
interesting.
I love ranked
Wow.
choice. All right, so while I tally this up, why don't y'all just have a talk about how this went in the exercise and maybe what you learned about it?
This top 4 exercise.
No, just the month, like the
Oh, okay.
whole journey of like ranking the Disney songs. Any appreciations, any takeaways from kind of exploring the Disney library like that?
Yeah.
Um,
If I could just real quick, like whenever I saw one of these lists, and these were strong lists. I mean, let's face it, Disney's got an incredible, unbeatable archive of song choices. But every time I looked at a list and I'm like, how could I possibly choose between these 16 iconic songs? I always ended up making some quality, decisions there. I'd be like, okay, wait, I have to take a stand about this versus this and this versus this. Every time I thought, maybe I couldn't, I could.
I think I want to say thank you to all of you guys because I know everybody here has like a lot more musical knowledge, and I was coming in just like I like it or I don't like it, and everybody made such really great arguments about the impact of the music. I found like if I came in like and I really had an opinion, then like 3 minutes later I had no opinion. And then vice versa. If I came in like not caring about anything, then like 5 minutes later I was like, I'm gonna go to the mat and I'm gonna die for this song that I didn't think I really loved that much. Because after talking about it and hearing some of the finer points about it, I was like, no, that song does sit with me a little bit more than maybe some of these other songs. So I think I learned a little bit more about like what is the criteria, and not just for Disney songs, but like what's the criteria for music that sits well with me or that resonates the most with me and why. So that was fun to explore.
Yeah, tonight was super fun. I'm really sad that I missed out on the rest of the discussions. So we'll have to do more of these in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would just agree with what everyone else was saying, and that especially in terms of what you were saying, Kat, where you were coming up with criteria to figure out how you can rank these. Because for me, the hardest part of this was when it was a song that I loved, but like all logic was pointing to it being lower on the list. Because there were a lot of cases like that where it's like, oh, but I want this to be higher just in my heart, but
yeah,
logically I don't think I can. So yeah, that was very interesting in terms of assessing the overall impact of a song.
It's funny how attached, and I know we talked about this a little bit, like certain different movies, like they're just attached to us. And some movies, like even I'm guessing we're all in the same-ish age range. I'm going to go with that. Like there are certain movies that were like, no, this defined our generation. And like, you're like, yeah, but it didn't quite hit me the same way as like maybe for somebody's like, yeah, there's, like Beauty and the Beast and The Little Mermaid. And like they're in a comparable place in your life, but like one hit you harder than the other one, or like one has more memorable moments than the other one. It was really interesting hearing that from you guys. Like what of these movies made them so impactful to you? That was different.
Yeah, and it's especially hard because a lot of these are inextricably linked with childhood, and it's really hard to distance yourself from the emotional ties of what was important to your childhood.
Yeah.
Hello, Maui.
Hey, interesting. How this all shook out.
I'm so curious.
So the fourth place, the fourth dopest Disney song of all time is "Part of Your World." Third dopest Disney song is A Whole New World.
Okay.
And tied
Oh,
Ooh.
shoot!
are
Oh,
Friend Like
shoot.
Me and Poor Unfortunate Souls.
Wow.
That is
We
well
have
deserved.
15 points.
That is incredible.
Wow.
All right.
So it's like it's literally tied.
Y'all love
between
your
those
villain
two.
songs, I guess.
It's so Friend Like Me was ahead when I tallied all of y'all up, and it's because I ranked Poor Unfortunate Souls 1 and Friend Like Me 2 evened it out. So those two are tied for the dopest Disney songs of all time, are a tie between Friend Like Me and Poor Unfortunate Souls. Definitive. There it is.
I like
We did
it.
it.
I like
We
it.
did it.
Job well done. Job well done, everybody.
Job well done. Does anyone have a coin near them, like a quarter?
No, but I do have dice.
You have dice.
I have a
Yeah, I got dice.
Okay, let's do the dice. So one last thing. So, next week we are going to try a new thing. It's called the Dope Debate Club.
Oh no, I know what this is for.
And so I'm going to have a debate team. I've yet to assemble it. I want to see what I get first. And Kat's going to have a debate team, and we're going to see, what she gets first. Stephanie is going to have a tribunal to judge our debate teams, based on the arguments. And we're going to have 3 different criteria, which we will figure out. We will agree on the 3 different criteria off screen here. But we're gonna see what we get between Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. All right, Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, which is going to really break Catherine, because Catherine is obsessed with both of these fandoms. I love Star Wars more than I love Lord of the Rings, but I also love Lord of the Rings. But it doesn't really matter, because I just want to destroy her in a debate and with my debate team. So I'm excited for it, because
Destroy might be a strong
gonna
choice of words there,
you
sir.
down. You're gonna be like Alderaan on Death Star Day.
Well, you could be like Numenor.
Oh,
Downfall.
oh snap. Okay. I see you.
It started
All right.
already.
So,
Wouldn't
Wouldn't it be funny if he got Lord of the Rings and I got Star Wars after that?
oh, okay.
Okay.
So,
By the way,
all right.
shout
So
out,
even
shout out to LJ for these excellent die as an early birthday present for D&D.
I love it. So even or odd. So even. Okay. So I'll pick. Evens are Star Wars. Odds are Lord of the Rings. So
Okay.
if I get even, I get Star Wars. If I get odd, it's Lord of the Rings. All right. So roll
All right.
and let us know what the number is.
2.
What did I just say?
You said even is Star Wars.
So I
So
got,
you got
Star Wars. Hey. You know what the happiest creature in the world is? It's a goldfish, baby. They have the shortest attention spans in the world. So I have Star Wars, and you have Lord of the Rings, which is your number one fandom, right? That's your number one, yeah?
Oop. My plushie Bilbo and I are very happy.
There you go. So okay, so
I would have
have
been
Star
fine either
Wars,
way,
you have
honestly.
Lord of the Rings. We will figure out what the 3 criteria are off screen. So tune in next week for that. Also, be sure to, if you are in the Oak Park, Berwyn, Forest Park area, be sure to come out on Saturday on the 17th. It is the release party for my first book, Hi, I'm Ella. It's going to be really exciting. We have Ella Puppet will be there. There will be music. One of our people in the chat, Mike Amandes, his band Groove Witness, will be there. Jazz funk band, awesome band. You will also be meeting for the first time Mama from our show. The cast reveal of that will be tomorrow. Actually, on social media, we'll be revealing who Mama is. There will be paint your own Ella cookies. What else do we have? We have an art table for kids where they can make their own frames. We have sticker sets of the Ella and her Riverwood friends. There's all sorts of fun stuff that we have planned for people. I'll be signing the book. There will be books on site for sale. We are super, super, super excited for you to be there. Please do come through. We will actually be doing 2 readings. One show is going to be at 1 o'clock, and then the second at 3 o'clock. So we have 2 different times where you can come. We'll be there from 12 to 4. You can hang out the entire time if you want. But if you want to come for the actual like show portion from like between 1 and 2, between 3 and 4 will be kind of like the main show. It's going to be awesome. Really excited for all of you to see it. Also, be sure to tune in next week. We are going to do a roundtable discussion talking about the first 3 Disney Plus Marvel series. We're going to be talking about WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and Loki, which just finished. So really excited to talk about that, kind of the state of the MCU looking forward. We'll also talk about, I think, Black Widow a bit in that as well. And I'll be bringing back, hopefully, as long as I can make the schedules work right, all the people that have reviewed those shows with us over the last year. Really excited for that. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. My wonderful panel. Thank you so much. I know this was a really long one, but I had so much fun ranking everything with all of you. Everybody have a wonderful evening, and may the force be with you.
Always.
Bye.
May the grace of the power protect you.